teething, Jordan.
Yeah, I'm getting my adult teeth in.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
I was going.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of David's Saturday Night Sit Back. Tonight, I have returning guest Phil Winfrey, Fabian Flight Bailey, Jordan Schleski, and Dakota Noriega. Welcome to the show, boys.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Where I found, I thought that we were going to drink tonight, but two of us are being well behaved these days, I suppose.
That just means we got to drink 40% more.
I'm down. I don't got to drive.
Go for it,
My
man.
car has lane assist, so I'm good.
Lane assist. Phil's talking like he grew up in Texas. Yeah, I think that might be okay.
I think that might be okay.
Let's see. Y'all got a preference on what you want here?
Surprise me.
Who's the cigar pro here?
I am not.
Seems like flight.
That could not be me.
I guess out of all of us, I would
it's a
be.
low
but-
bar, but it's flight.
Yeah, it's a very low bar.
Is there something called a toasting where you're supposed to like
Sounds like you're the expert.
Hey, that's for
Yeah, it
That's only when you-
sounds
yeah,
like
when you roll it.
sounds like when you bake the blunt. But
my buddy Tim told me you're supposed to toast it first, and I don't know if he smokes that much pot, but
it might not be a bad idea.
warm it up a little bit.
Yeah,
You're on the outside.
Little
Yeah.
prime, little.
Make sure it's a nice medium.
I'm not gonna lie though, this cutter kind of it's not the best, but you only need to get a little tip off of it, like a moyo. Is that how you say it? Moyo. The
Or skin cutter.
yeah, the foreskin cutter.
Bro,
Is that what it's called?
didn't know what the fuck that was called.
Yeah,
Honestly.
that's what that tool is. It's actually not a cigar opener.
That's why it's a little bit dull, bro.
Mm.
Guys, reps.
wait, hang on. Before you do, are you supposed to cut that side?
Yeah, the round side. The tip.
Yeah.
What side do you smoke out of?
The tip.
Side nearest the.
I might
The
have
sticker, right?
Yeah, you want to put. Yeah.
But then I thought on this side you just poked a hole in it. No, you do. You cut the whole thing off.
You can cut the whole
Yeah,
thing. You can do it both ways.
I think you poke a little
Doesn't
hole.
it get
to
like
kinda
all
help
resiny
you.
at the if you cut the back? You know what I mean?
I think the hole helps it. You gonna smoke one or no?
Yes, we got no clue what we're doing here.
Clearly, none of us are the pros here.
You know, just because of the barbershop and the vibe that you guys give off, I thought for sure at least
Well-
two of you were gonna come up
We're
in
all
here.
smokers, just no cigar.
I'm pretty
I'll
sure
try.
like poking a hole helps with like the airflow. Yeah, but I don't know if it's necessary. I didn't poke a hole in it last time I smoked one. No? No cigar, Jordan?
Dude, I had a bad experience with cigars at the beach one time, man.
Did you inhale?
Well, no, it wasn't that, but I probably smoked it from that to it's probably about that big without stopping, and I
Don't do
just
that.
got super nauseous and just had to go like sit in the car for a bit and just
You
turn
might-
the AC
No, that's
on.
You
the
might have
worst.
been inhaling, my
Yeah,
boy.
it was really bad.
You might have been inhaling, my
That
boy.
happened to me whenever I smoked a backwood, and I thought it would be fine, and I literally just dropped to the floor.
Well, I was
That
drinking
bad.
too, so I feel like it's a combination of the tobacco buzz plus drinking. I felt like
So you gonna
wasn't
have
a
one?
great combo.
Lower the
That's fair.
take the flame off of it from it being direct on it,
Yeah, use
Yeah, there you go, there
the
you
hottest part. Of
and you can twist, hold the flame right underneath it, and twist so it gets a nice even. There you
Make
go.
the noise too.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
There you go.
I love how we all have our own lighter. Good way to live.
I wish it was my own, but
So this is my first ever podcast.
For Rooney?
Yeah, first ever podcast.
Yeah.
How do you feel right
I've
now?
never been on one either. So.
First ever.
First
I've always wanted the experience. I wish I would have. Forgive me for not watching any of them before I came, but
what a fan.
I honestly I think that there is something cool about that though, because
Don't know what to expect.
but also I'm gonna just be as authentic as I possibly could be. I'm not gonna go off of any reference of
How
who
it's
was
supposed to
talking
be.
before. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
But after this, you're gonna binge all of them, right?
I mean, obviously. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not sleeping.
Hell yeah.
There's some okay ones out there.
Which honestly,
sure.
I purposely did that. I started to watch Phil's and I was like, you know what?
We fell asleep.
Nah, I was just like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna check it out after this and just kind of go with the flow, so it could be as real as possible.
When you listen to podcasts, what do you normally listen to?
Well, when I listen to podcasts, I either listen to like honestly, like gun stuff. If not gun stuff, I'm listening to. I'm listening to it's something like survival stuff, like people talking about survival stuff, and then I listen to a lot of like Christian-based podcasts. Like there's one called the Living Aggressively or the Aggressive Lifestyle, and it's a preacher who like talks about the good of masculinity, and he has all these people come on that go hard in life and live aggressively in a positive way, but like looking at aggressive in a positive light versus a negative light is kind of what the podcast is about, and I like it. It's like one of those like podcasts that kind of get you hyped.
It's like living shit. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
I like that.
Well, he's not a Christian, but there is one guy. If you want to start with his episode, he was raised in the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous. So his mom told his dad right before he was born if he wanted to be in his son's life, he had to get clean. So he joined Narcotics Anonymous. So he spent his whole life growing up under the wings of like ex-addicts and con men and criminal, because they sort of took his whole family in and helped watch out for him and raise him. So he had a pretty cool set of stories to give.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's
It's not quite church, but
I mean, I don't mind it not being church. Honestly, I feel like that is the best person to learn something from is somebody who's like been on the negative end of like the result you want, if that makes sense. Like, you know, people like for instance, college. You got someone who went to college because their mommy is, you know, on the board with the dean, and they skimmed by in high school, but they got connections, so they got to college, versus like the person who had to figure out financial aid and had to have his grades right and get looked at some kind of other way to like even get in the door. I think those are the people you want to learn stuff from, because like, I don't know, you know, the fucking proof is in the pudding, and some pudding don't taste good. I mean, I don't.
Facts, bro.
But I don't have an elegant way to say that. But
I like the way you wrap that up.
No, for real. Should tie it real nice.
there's a guy at the gym the other day who came up to me and he's like, "Hey, my uncle's here, and he just got out of prison for murder." And I'm in such like podcast mode this day. My immediate reaction was, "What, do you want to come on a podcast and talk about it?"
Talk about murdering someone, or talk about what his experience
Talk
was?
about prison. Talk
Okay.
about how he met his wife used to be his he was her dealer, and now they're married, and
oh shit,
you know,
Damn. Full
just
circle.
like all kinds of stuff. You know, it could go a million directions. How to kill someone.
Man,
I'm sure that comes up in there somewhere.
By the way, I'm not bitter, but I thought it was interesting how the group text was silent, and then as soon as Phil said, "I'll be there," 67 text messages. It's like, Jesus. Now we're all excited.
That's real.
I'm kidding.
Don't hype him up.
Bad at responding, honestly. So
Yeah, I still barely responded even then, but that's because, you know, wife, kids, and me and wifey barely get a lot of alone time, and baby girl was at her grandparents, so I was watching movies with wifey. I had to mute y'all for a little bit.
What movies?
He doesn't remember. He wasn't actually watching it. Netflix was like, "You still there?"
Well,
for real.
we watched Till. It's about Emmett Till, And that's what we were watching when y'all were texting. And fucking, I even cried at the end of that movie. And I don't even be crying on movies.
Damn.
But then what else did we watch? We watched something else. Actually, no, I had to start getting ready
You
to come
watched
here.
3 movies Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night I watched Thank You for Your Service, which is like a war PTSD awareness type movie. I watched Unplugging, which is a rom-com, like definitely one of my top 3 genres is rom-coms. And then I watched Hannah. Hannah, I'm all about anything espionage or like, oh, we created this person who is a badass because we genetically made them one, but they have a heart and
They
we
see in
didn't
the
want them
movies
to.
like it always goes the same way. That person escapes and then kicks everybody's ass. They learn. They learn by now.
Fair enough, fair enough. But I feel like most, like at this point, like the older you get, everything's like that. It has the same, everything's like that. Like it's got the same plot, same story, same ending.
For the most part. There's some good ones out there now and again.
It's all about who has the best delivery, just like music.
I feel like you see a lot of movies like that where they have the same series of events and same kind of like setup because they know it works, but there's just like minor things that they change about it and they're like, well, it's easy for us to like follow this like template, you know.
They
And,
give us for like Call of Duty too. Every year they give us the same shit.
2K,
Skin on it.
2K is the
real.
same
Same thing
game
with
every
Madden,
year,
2K.
right? And they'll charge you more this year than they did last year.
They made it more realistic some kind of way.
But then they always put in something that's worse, but you still buy it anyways.
But you know, Netflix, you know, they gotta pump out new content so often that they probably really do just have a random like movie generator that they just kind of like, you ever do those Mad Libs back in the day?
Yes.
That's what Netflix got.
Yeah.
Netflix got a Mad Libs book, and they just, all right, give me an actor name that, all right, he's gonna be a pilot, where his wife just died. And, all right, give me a tragedy, yeah.
Damn,
And
bro.
then just fucking put movies together because they gotta keep pumping it out. Because people are like, you know, people who like flight out there watching 3 movies a night. You gotta
keep
you gotta
up.
keep that.
Yeah. Like,
Keep the supply.
I don't know what the Mad Libs are though. Enlighten me.
What?
They're like this little
Bro.
goofy book, and it would be like a whole story, but half of the words would be blank, or like whatever, 10th of the words are blank, and you just gotta fill in different nouns and adjectives. You can usually try to make it funny. You say some goofy shit.
Okay,
And then
okay.
you read the story back with all the things you said, and it's supposed to be funny.
Oh,
I was-
do remember doing those.
I was
Yeah,
thinking of Mad Lib. Like, isn't that a producer? Mad Lib, isn't he like a or?
You're talking about
Definitely
the
probably
ones
seen
where
it
like it
before.
says
This
put a
one.
noun, put a verb,
Right.
adjective,
Ah.
right? Yeah.
You never seen
I
that?
thought Mad Lib was a super producer or
Has some bass to it. Oh my gosh.
What was that?
Oh, you just burped. It has some insane bass to it.
I've been working on it for 36 years.
I'm impressed. Been cooking that one up all day.
That came from the deep belly. What made you decide to ask us to come on?
yeah.
Well, oh, I'm so sorry. I just dropped a rock on my dog.
Damn.
I warned you not to lay down there, buddy.
He's unfazed.
He's chill.
Unbothered.
That was a hefty one, too.
What made me want to have you 4 over?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know anyone in Austin.
Also,
I-
we're just last
I-
resort.
No,
Not kidding.
I know a ton of people in Austin.
Yeah, yeah.
They're all losers.
Damn.
I didn't want to spend my birthday alone, and I thought you guys have you're all 4 of you are just so collectively chill at the shop. I figured, you know, just a first episode where we have no questions. I did no homework. We just shoot the shit for a couple hours.
Hmm.
See what happens.
Hey.
Like it.
It could be the best or the worst episode so far.
Well, at, 10 minutes in or so here, what's the live line looking like?
You getting nervous?
Am I getting no, I'm happy. I mean, I'll be fine no matter what happens. You know,
Hell yeah.
how are you 4 feeling?
Chilling.
This is a disaster.
It's an absolute train wreck.
So, what do you do outside of your podcast? Like, what do you do to pay your rent?
It's classified.
It's classified. Oh shit.
It's boring, man. I recruit accountants all day.
Oh dang.
But
That's
it's-
what's up.
A satisfaction from stealing employees from other companies and bringing them to ours. So there's like, it gets you like a very weird dopamine hit, you know.
I feel like that's how 90% of startup companies start.
Got to stick it to the man.
Well, they
Their
find
employees from them.
they find someone that's good at what they do, and they're like, "Hey, bro, where were you working before this?" Well, reach out to some of your friends and tell them this, and we'll give you a sign-on bonus. And it's like that's I feel like that's the origin of sign-on bonuses is to pull people from where they currently are.
It works. Tried and true.
But I feel like accountants are numbers people, obviously. So the way to steal them is probably like, hey, we can pay you more.
Basically.
I feel like that's the way their brain works.
So I guess where I was going with that was, what made you start wanting to do podcasts?
Just for fun. I love talking to people, and talking to accountants all day was getting sort of boring. So I had no plan. I thought, let's get 2 mics. Let's get some people like this guy over. Let's see where it goes.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. I like that.
What's in the box?
This box? Cards.
Nice.
Like Cards Against Humanity type situation.
Some of them. This one's a little bit more innocent, but same idea.
I
What-
accidentally inhaled like twice, so pray for me.
I remember my
See,
first
you clench
cigar.
your stomach, we know it's good.
Right?
You said, you know,
I just had to go
like
drop some
run.
bombs real quick.
What made you guys say yes to coming on?
Man, because it's a good opportunity, and we get to come on here. I mean, just talk about the shop and shit. And I don't know,
It's
it's a good opportunity for sure.
I think that that one day that it's like me, Phil, you, Brandon Roberts, we all stayed after one day, and we were just kind of shooting the shit.
Had a fruit brews.
Yeah, just I feel like just the conversation was funny, and you know, felt like you are good at interviewing people. So it's like, well, vibes good, and I feel like you know, we all have a good vibes together too. So it's like combine that, can't be bad.
Can't be bad.
drama.
Can't be
It's
bad.
not true. Sometimes you get 2 great things, you put them together, it's a disaster. Like,
Sometimes you get pudding and pineapples and
Hey, that might not be bad though.
pudding and
Like tapioca.
onion.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I don't know about the
I'll
onion.
have to pass on that.
Onions are great and pudding's great, but I ain't putting that shit together.
Yeah. Speaking of onions, Valdelia onions. Fun fact: grilled Valdelia onions is the way to go.
For what?
Just
Like-
period.
Like as a snack by themselves?
both.
I thought you said this was more innocent than Cards Against Humanity.
Put this.
I need to get a little closer in here.
Yes, sir.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, I thought this was supposed to be more innocent, but
What, you got some freaky cards or what?
mm-hmm.
I don't think we're allowed to share yet. I guess.
I don't want to break any rules.
Oh damn.
There are no rules. What I mean, the rules are as simple as this: you take whichever card you want someone to answer, and you give it to them.
Oh.
Interesting.
Let's start it off.
So what's the rotation like? Are we?
How
Clockwise,
about
counterclockwise,
I'll
rock,
give
paper,
out
scissors?
first, and then we'll just go
We're going clockwise from there.
Oh okay.
clockwise.
Okay.
Yeah, clockwise.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't look at those clocks much anymore, so I have to,
Yeah.
to remind myself. All right,
Yes.
the
I mean,
12's
it's on
here.
your
It
phone,
goes
yeah.
this way.
For real.
There's one I want to give you, but since you're in a new relationship and she might listen to this, I don't know if you would answer it honestly.
Is it freaky?
No.
Oh
Okay.
shit. Wait, quick question.
Might as well. I mean,
Do y'all prefer, since we were talking about clockwise, do y'all prefer digital or analog on clocks, telling time?
I've got my
Digital
phone
or
screen.
analog?
Digital now because it's just convenient.
Yeah, I just look at my phone.
I don't know. I mean,
But in the shop, oh my bad. We're gonna say
there's something nice about having like a watch, you know, being able to look at it. You know, sometimes you gotta like do
But
the
you know
math
what?
in your head a little bit, but
Military time people,
I like that.
red flags.
Now,
Somebody's
I-
phone screen that's military time.
I do hate military time because I'm from Killeen and Fort Hood. Everyone's talking to you like you signed a contract to be in the military.
so you ask someone for the time, they're like, "Oh, it's a 17:41."
So, well,
Like,
you
what is
have a
that?
lot. Not everyone, but a lot of people do.
Oh, you tripped, bro?
And then my wife was in the medical field, and in the medical field, they do that. So she would say it sometimes, and I'd be like, well, her phone was on it, and I would hate when I pick her phone up.
Yeah, I hate when it gets past 12 because then you guys start doing mental math.
But that's also kind of what I like about analog time is the math. So
Right.
I do kind of understand, but I like analog as well.
I remember I used to just stare at the clock in school, man. Like finish your schoolwork,
Oh, yeah.
and you're like, "I'm out of here in like 27 minutes."
Yeah, how much time of
26
our
minutes.
life was wasted looking at the clock in school?
Oh, dude, it moved slower in school too. I'm
Oh.
convinced. I mean that. I felt like I looked at it and like the seconds is just like stagnant. I'm
Right?
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't mean to
like
get us
going
off
backwards.
topic,
What
but
the fuck?
like, yeah, exactly.
yeah, I was just wondering because I love analog, but I mean, I would hate to see that be like obsolete. Like, you know, there's certain things that you never thought would be obsolete, and then it's like now no one uses it.
Like, where's the pocket watch nowadays? You know, it's so
Mm.
It's
classic.
our phone.
Not iPhone.
It's your phone.
Pocket watch, yeah.
Actually-
Pocket watch.
True.
One right there.
Yeah, one.
Oh, it's not in your pocket though.
I don't think it
But
works
but It's in
anymore.
retirement though.
See, I have a pocket watch at home, and you just gotta wind it up, and it'll get going.
I would love to ask someone for the time for the rare occasion I don't have my cell phone on me, and they pull out a pocket watch, like when the thing flips open, you know.
That's exactly how
Badass.
mine is.
A lady asked me the time at the pool the other day, and I had this thing on, and
You were
I
still
looked at it,
wrong.
and I was pretty drunk at the pool, of course. I was like, I'll be honest, I don't know how to fucking read this thing anymore.
Let me see
It's been too long.
Oh,
And I was
Oh,
like, I
shit,
think
I
it's
got
like
it upside
5 or 6
down.
or something.
we need to clean your screen.
Honestly, the
No,
only
I
time I ever
don't
use the
use
clock
it.
is to visualize the half hour for a
You mean
appointment.
glass?
That's it.
You mean his glass?
What?
You mean his glass?
His
On-
glass, yeah.
Is it glass?
Yeah, well, it's not a screen.
Let me rephrase. I'll get you some Windex.
Index.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
But
I don't
no,
use it, so I don't need to see it.
I mean, from the right.
But
angle,
that's the funny thing is because like
It's for the
this
drip, bro.
this is a screen though, right?
Filter.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that's kind of why I asked the question. That's how the times have changed. Just fun, just
There's
random.
also a screen in there
Where?
on the lower window.
Mm.
Yes, it is. Do you guys ever just detach yourself from your phone for like 30 minutes, an hour? And I don't never.
Nah.
I
Yeah,
try.
sometimes, yeah, when I'm sleeping.
That's the only time.
I try to when I get when
I bet
get
you
home.
hug your phone when you're sleeping.
Oh, I'm sleeping, but I'm still like.
You fall asleep on your phone.
I mean, I try to when I get home because of the babies, but
I'll give myself limits sometimes.
I try. I feel like sometimes like I look at my phone screen too much, my brain starts feeling fried, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
should probably take a break.
I hate that notification where it tells you how much screen time you've had, and it's like, you're up 43% from last week, and you're just like, what am I doing
shit.
with my life?
No,
Facts.
it's like
then-
8 hours of like Instagram and other shit.
Yeah.
And it's at the end of the week every week, so it's like,
right.
oh yeah, you were feeling good about yourself this week, but let me let you know, you still were nowhere close to as focused as you should have been.
Right,
Exactly.
right. Let me just crush you.
But then on the weeks when there's a big swing, don't you get the reward the next week? Because then it usually drops down. It's like,
been
oh, you were
down.
down 86% this week. And you're like,
Right.
fuck yeah.
guess
And then
it
the
depends
next
on what
week
you're
you swing
doing.
back up again.
Right,
So
right.
it's like you're on a positive note and a negative note every other week. So you spend 26 weeks a year depressed because of
Right.
that report.
It's
Honestly.
depressing to hear that.
Technology, can't live with it, can't live without it.
I hate when I'm like, all right, I kind of catch myself getting bored scrolling, and I'm like stuck in the death scroll or whatever they call it. And I like close the app out and like mindlessly open it right back up and start fucking scrolling again. I'm
Right.
like, what the fuck am
Maybe
I
it'll be
doing?
better
Yeah.
this time.
For real. I try to catch it before then because I'm like, I'm going to spend at least another hour here when I should be doing other shit. So, I don't know. It just depends. But
That's very, I mean, it's addicting. It is. You get stuck in it.
But I guess,
get
well,
you.
you guys sort of have to detach from your phone, though, because you can't just be scrolling through it when you're...
I do it sometimes.
Cutting.
You gotta
Oh,
keep
that-
up with stuff somehow.
Definitely.
Sacrifice on your haircut to make sure I'm keeping up with the latest memes. You know?
Whatever.
no, for real. Shit,
Never.
Sometimes when I got the hot towel, I might like check it real quick or,
Yeah.
just in between. But
If I got a client in the shampoo bowl, if I got to respond to something, I'll send a quick text. And I mean, they're sitting there relaxed. Yeah, they don't know
Right.
what you're doing. You know.
I'll
Yeah.
stand there,
and
I start smiling at us. I know he's texting him where I am. And like
Exposed.
5 minutes later, finally get back to the client.
Yeah, and the hot towels are cold by then.
yeah,
What, did this guy go to the bathroom? Where's he at?
I barely ever have a time where I'm not really like a little behind, so I don't touch my phone at work at all.
That's true. When
Yeah,
you're,
yeah.
when you're behind and your next client's waiting on you in the chair, and then he sees you get on your phone, and you have your client, you're running late for him. I mean, that's got to just be like...
They be giving
they're not gonna
evil
say-
eye,
They
bro.
don't say anything about it, but you know they're kind of just...
They feel like they
Yeah.
feel like you stepped on their shoes.
You could just
on
tell them, like,
purpose.
I'm Googling how to do your haircut.
Right,
Oh,
right.
I
That makes
see.
them feel a lot better.
Right.
Right.
Makes it feel super
like, oh
secure.
shit, Sharpie's schedule? Or
How
what?
to do a fade.
Right, right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You're like, hold on, let me pull up the video and let me practice while, I gotta pull it up.
Oh man,
Yeah.
imagine that.
Like, what cut are you getting again? I'm gonna Google it real quick.
Yeah, the video's like, all right, guys, today it's a tutorial on how to do a neckline.
Oh, God.
Silent.
Thought I had the captions on. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it started. Okay.
Oh. You know what's funny? I don't take a lot of scandalous photos. Oh, so the card is the most scandalous photo that could leak of me.
There's got to be one floating out there.
There actually is one.
one.
Just
And it-
one.
Only one.
Yeah.
Must have been good though.
It just happened. A love, not a love interest.
Female.
Male.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Male. He hit me up and told me he was moving to Texas, and we've talked on and off for like 3 years. And he was like, "It's been long enough by now. Like, you can send me a picture." And I was like, that's not how I roll, bro. You know that.
He's like, dude, I meant the selfie.
Anyways, we jumped on a phone call. He was super sweet, had a really nice conversation. I was excited, wanted to just like lock it in. So I was like, all right, here you
Oh
go.
yeah, lock it
So-
in with the dick pic.
Yeah.
That's how I'm gonna get
Hey,
him.
man.
And then he hit me up, I shit you not, like 3 mornings later or 3 days later. And he claims that him and an ex are firing things back up.
Oh, bro, that's fucked up.
Motherfucker.
Wow. So then
You said how
unsend the
long
picture, right.
later?
Like 3 days.
It was, I think it was Friday. I sent it Monday. He said,
Oh wow!
followed up with that.
Damn.
So then what?
Bro,
you
that's mad
posted?
fucked up.
You posted
is
the one that he sent you and blackmailed him, or what?
yeah.
Mm.
That's how that went.
I got myself $500.
Nice.
Paid for some of these mics, you know?
That's how-
That's a
yeah.
great investment.
Yeah.
They're already paying off.
Yeah, seriously.
Damn, that's fucked up to just be like, oh, yeah, by the way.
Well, now I wonder, right? Like,
It's like,
was he even single?
yeah, probably not. Some people be
Never.
lying about that.
Got
Right.
caught up. Yeah, got
They
caught
be
up.
getting bored.
Well,
and-
in general, the person that's gonna go back with an ex probably not good with relationships.
Red
stuff anyways.
flag.
Right.
yeah, because...
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
hey, you probably dodge a bullet. Though. You probably dodge a bullet though. I wouldn't worry about it because someone who's gonna like switch it up on you that quick. I mean, it's probably not worth it. You know.
Yeah. I'm not worried about it. I don't think he's going to do anything with it. And even if
No,
he
I saw
did,
that.
like, people are just going to be super impressed.
Hell yeah.
Winner.
Hey man.
Show it to whoever you want.
Yeah, I saw it. He put it on
Real.
Reddit.
Yeah.
You knew. You're like, that's Dave's dick.
Oh, yeah.
I could see the mirror in the your beard in the mirror in the like the corner of the picture.
That's when you recognize.
He's like,
your
oh,
own
I
beard.
trimmed.
like,
I,
I know that.
oh, I
Yeah.
trimmed that beard.
Right, right. That's my work. Okay, okay. Let's see what this is. My most cringeworthy sexual memory. Other than that, I've never really been in a situation where I've I guess would label it as cringeworthy. You know, I mean, it's always been very nice.
That's the ideal
Right.
situation.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Oh yeah, it's always good.
Oh shit, my bad.
Who was that? Was that you?
Yeah, that was me.
That was amazing.
Not as much bass though.
Ah.
Hey, the ad-libs.
That was
Another
applause.
beer.
You can't hear.
Okay.
Yeah, what color do you want?
Surprise me.
Same one? Was it good?
That'd be a surprise if it was. Ooh, I finished it.
I finished it. Dang, I'm over here. I'm making all kind of noises today.
I wish I could drink right now, but
Cool.
gotta stick to it.
Yeah, you're gonna be clutching, boy.
Yeah. It's gonna be like this, bro.
We'll do a round 2 next year when all of us are, when you're single again and you're off antibiotics.
This guy. Hopefully not.
So when you're single again, hey, us.
He meant when you could drink again, but
That's what I said. Yeah.
Let's see. Y'all three have had one, so I'm gonna give this to Dakota.
This is a hard question. It says, I'm irrational when it comes to, but I really got to think about that.
What's it say?
I'm irrational when it comes to, and then ...
Rational.
I don't know that I'm an irrational person, to be honest with you. I really try to keep a level head about everything, but
So that's what he's irrational
Irrational.
about, not being irrational.
well said.
No, I'm fucking.
I don't know. That's a hard question. Or not question, but
If I had to answer it, I would say road rage.
Do you?
ooh.
Yeah, I'm not like, I'm a lot better than I used to be. But I definitely like the fact that I let it get me upset to a point to where like I'm verbally saying shit, like whether it's like I'm making sure the car sees me talking shit, or if I just
Damn.
or if I just
Yes.
or if I just let them go and just I'm talking shit, like I'm still a little irrational about it.
Yeah,
Like
that's like an everyday thing for me
Yeah.
going to work. You know?
I'll be honest. I've got some low points. I use the R word sometimes.
R word.
Yeah.
What is that?
Like mentally.
Oh,
retarded.
hey, that's okay. I feel you.
I don't feel great about it, but in the moment it just comes out. And low point.
I don't know. I mean, I put together some pretty interesting combos. You know.
Like
Yeah.
what? Like what?
Oh man, it's just kind of one of those things that just flies. You know. I sat there and thought about what's
It's
what's
just
the
got to be off the
craziest
dome.
one. Yeah, you know, it just kind of happens. You don't realize you're saying it until it's over.
Yeah, like
But
calling someone a cunt, or there was this movie I watched as a kid, and one of the kids called his friend a pussy cut motherfucker.
What does that even mean?
It was savage, but like, you get mad and you say like shit, and you're like, I would never say that to someone, like, for real. That's
Yeah,
just
in their
that's just
face.
too fucked up, And so that's what I mean. Like, I'll be irrational and let myself like get out of character in my own fucking car, and it's like, come on, bro, have some more control of yourself.
yeah, I had a guy cut me off going to work, and then he proceeded to pull up next to me, and then look at me, and he's talking shit, and I'm looking at him like, you cut me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens. That happens a lot in Austin.
Yeah. And then I kind of like, we were driving, and then I went to, I don't know why, but I felt like maybe I should just turn off an exit before I was supposed to, So he turns off, and then I was cutting through this parking lot. It was right by the work, like right by Bartlett's.
Mm-hmm.
Cut into Bartlett's as opposed to going to Anderson. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, dude, this guy's fucking crazy, right? And he proceeded to cut around into Bartlett's, and I don't think he knew that I had done that. But we like drove by each other, and then I was thinking like, okay, well, is this guy like trying to like, you know what I'm saying?
He was trying to
So
tussle.
I'm looking at him as we're driving by, and this guy was just like dead, like didn't look over at me, and we just drove by each other, and I was just thinking like, the fuck was that all about?
Because like in the moment, he was irrational, and
He's irrational about cutting people off and then making it seem like it's their fault.
It was that's irrational, right? Like
I
there's
think that's Pretty irrational.
Yeah.
So since I've been in Austin, I've got told something I think 3 times now that I've never been told before. And I'm still contemplating how I feel about it.
Okay.
It's all come from like teenagers at my gym. And they'll,
Okay.
and they'll come up to me and they'll just be like, "Hey man, you're pretty intimidating." And a couple of them have been followed up like a week or 2 later and been like, you're tall, you're big, you're bald, you have a beard. So now the new thing I do when people cut me off is if I can get at a red light next to them, I'll have my aviators on, I'll just pull up nice and slow and then just turn my head.
Give him that charm, bro.
No, not charm.
Oh,
That's
if he does
uncomfortable.
there.
Nah,
You're
just
like-
stare, just
especially
stare.
the
Like,
aviators, like,
What you do
there's shades though, right?
in that moment, you put your window down, and then once they start putting theirs down too, you start putting yours back up.
I'm going to do
That's
that.
how you win. You win that every time if you pull that off.
I'll be a little tipsy by the time we're done with this. I'm going to jump in my car and...
oh, what are they?
It's a really good idea.
It's my favorite thing to do when I'm drunk.
Yeah, just fuck with people in the car.
In the car, yeah.
I feel like I couldn't answer the irrationality or the irrational thing very well, but I feel like when it comes to road rage, like I'm not the worst about it, but man, when like how y'all say when people cut you off, I just be like, you fucking bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's like that's not the worst thing to say, but I'd be kind of mad about it.
Yeah, you'd be like, why did I let this person get me so mad? Like
Imagine-
they're fucking gone. As soon as I said that shit,
I'm like,
they're gone. Their day has continued.
yeah, it's just like the anger that I feel in the moment. It spikes really high, and then I'm like, wait, I just need to calm down. It's not that serious. Also, who gives a shit?
Don't calm down.
Yeah.
I think you
I
should
like-
stick your head out the window. You fucking bitch!
You ever
Spit at him.
Bring it with you to work. Bring
I
it with
just
you to
love
work.
the word bitch.
Did
bro.
you say
Like,
spit
fuck
at
it.
him?
I was gonna
Just like
say-
on their window?
I like
Yeah.
it.
Just,
Talk a loogie.
You got me fucked
Yeah.
up.
I'm usually
dude,
just
that? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If they have to turn their windshield wipers on, you know it's a success.
That's what you do. You roll the window down. They roll theirs down. You spit in their car. You roll your window down.
Right,
And
right.
then you drive
Right in the
off.
passenger seat.
I advise not doing
Whoever's
that
sitting in the
in
passenger
Texas.
seat's like,
What
what the
if-
fuck did I do?
What if they're on your right side and you got to spit past your passenger, not through the window, through their window?
I can do it.
I advise never
get in there.
spitting on
get in there.
anyone at any point in life, especially in Texas.
Imagine if cars had like proximity chat.
Oh,
To where when you were like getting near somebody, it was almost like y'all's car audio
Like
connects.
an airdrop.
And like you could hear what they were saying.
Oh,
so you're
shit.
passing someone up and you're
Damn.
talking all the shit, and you guys are going back and forth.
I've honestly,
Siri,
I,
tell him.
I
I
honestly
think
feel
road
like
rage would
That'd
be
be
at an all-time
dangerous.
high at that
all
point.
time high
That-
because there would definitely be some bold motherfuckers who are like, "Fuck you, bitch! Pull over if you got to." You know what I'm saying? And,
Right, right.
and, like that guy that got out the car and was like, "I'll beat your dick to the."
Yeah.
Beat your dick to the ground.
That's what he told the guy, and the guy was like,
That's kind of sus, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it? And he's like,
he was like, and then he just had to like relax, and like he chilled out. He chilled out and admitted that.
no, he was mad.
Yeah, he was fucking pissed, and then he started laughing because the guy called him
in,
out.
in his mind, he had something completely made up of, I'm going to say it just like this. And then he's in the moment and it comes out completely wrong. And he's like, wow, I just have no idea how this happened.
When this podcast is making millions and I can afford to do this, I do plan on ramming someone one day.
Rami, yeah.
Like, I'm not going to hurt them, but I'm just going to sort of
Yeah.
just like Mario Kart style, just,
Okay.
just like a little,
You got to hit him with the green shell.
It won't be a red shell. It won't be a blue shell.
Oh,
It's just,
no,
it's just a bump.
blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Spin him
happened
out
to
a
me
little
before.
bit,
Because you cut someone off or something?
Well, okay, so I was at this light. It was on Riverside, and there's a street called Grove that turns into Montopolis. I was on Grove, about to take a left on the Riverside, and there was a car there. And I was like literally working on my road rage. And so the light turns green in the turning lane, and this fool was sitting there the whole time, and it turned red. And I hadn't seen that movie, the Road Rage movie yet, but it was like that. Like the light turned green, turned red, then it turned green again. I did a friendly honk. They didn't move.
I don't believe that was a friendly honk.
No,
I'm
legit.
not buying that.
Legit. I did a friendly honk. They didn't move. And then like when I went to go around them, I did lay on it because like literally they didn't move. And when I went to move, they started like getting in front of me and shit. Oh shit, I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good.
They start getting in front of me and shit, and then I was in the Mini Cooper when I had it, so I looked behind me and stuff, make sure there weren't cars coming, and I like hit my brakes like right when I got behind them, and I could tell they couldn't see me. And then I was next to them, and I was about to turn into my neighborhood and knew they were gonna be gone. And like I looked over, and you could tell he like finally saw me, and he just fucking rammed his fucking Buick LaCrosse into my shit. I had a ding on my driver's side door, and that's where it came from. Like he did that, and like I realized that it was to a point. Like for one, I wasn't trying to take it there at all, and it was way past the point I was willing to go. And I just like I did a crazy maneuver in my car that knew like if he followed me, like there was gonna be a crazy accident. But I took a fucking there's like on 2 lanes on one side of Riverside, 2 lanes on the other. I like slammed my brakes after he hit me and went behind him and cut across on the other side into a neighborhood. But they were like literally like I felt like I could reach out and touch the cars like coming in on-way traffic, and I like barely made it because my car is small, but he didn't follow me. So, but I was like, God damn, this motherfucker like literally rammed his car into my like. In my mind, like you're trying to kill me because
he won the battle.
It's a fucking car. Like
I mean, I feel like I wouldn't be as mad at him trying to kill me as him hitting me with a Buick LaCrosse.
it was a fucking it was big body slab, big body Buick. Like I'm talking like early '90s, like fucking giant car, and to my little baby Mini Cooper, and he
just disrespectful.
Did any part of you want to hit him back?
In the moment, like in the moment your adrenaline's going, but like also like as soon as that came up, it was like we're in fucking cars, like and like I like cars, so like I understand like how dangerous doing dumb shit can be, like that, and I just didn't like. I don't know. I think about my freedom a lot with shit, and I'm like, man, I'm not trying to lose my freedom.
Maneuver.
Say what?
Give him a little pit maneuver.
That's like the first thing I thought of was like flip his shit around, and I was like, no.
Yo, I'm gonna pass you this card. I was like,
Can you say I'm
savage.
good? you can't say I'm good.
Yeah.
Real quick before we stray from cars, I'm currently using a zip ties to hold my bumper together.
I'm gonna do the same shit on my old car.
I am too.
Super ghetto.
I respect
Mine's
it.
worse. I have on my old car, I got it. The Acura's parked, but it's duct tape, bro.
Oh, it's parked?
Yeah, my old Acura is like parked at my mom's old place. This shit is like tied up with duct tape, like it's bad.
It's good for
Oh,
you.
you-
I mean, that's a couple $1,000s worth of,
You should flip
in the
that.
shop. Zip ties are how much?
It was like $389, and of
Nice.
course I cut off the ends, but I had to take the picture with the ends still on for you. You can't
Oh, I
even see the zip ties now. Now there's just no bumper, so you can see the engine. Whatever's behind the bumper.
Radiator most of the time.
Yeah, the radiator.
That's what it is.
All right, so a kink I don't understand.
Oh, shit.
I'm excited. You gave this to him?
I was gonna give it to you, but I want to know what he thinks. I mean, I
Me
want to know what
too.
y'all think, honestly. But
There's plenty of them, but I would say the biggest thing that I think I could say is people that are into like sharing their partner doesn't resonate with me. Like I
Okay.
can't ever see you doing something like that.
You selfish
Fair enough.
bastard.
Maybe that's what it is.
hey, be selfish at times.
Call me selfish, call me jealous, whatever floats your boat. But I'm in the same boat as Phil.
I'm in the same boat as you two.
To me, that feels like the opposite of what a relationship is about, and I don't understand that people seem to have relationships that I can't say whether it's healthy or not. I'm not in that relationship, but it doesn't feel like it could be to me just based on my own personal experiences. But people seem to do it.
Seems like it opens the door for insecurities on both ends. But
So I hate Grindr. I don't I'm not in a phase in my life where I'm hooking up with people that much anymore. But I was curious. I had to download it when I moved here. And my takeaway after being on it for about 3 weeks, that at least in the gay community, you get in a relationship and then you move here and you look for a third person.
Really?
It's very strange. I was like the only single guy on the app.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I've noticed.
It was, and then my follow up thought was, why are all of you so unhappy in your relationship that none of you what is happening here?
Yeah.
What's going on with the Austin LGBTQT community? I don't know.
Right, and then you get like the DL creeps and shit, and like I don't know. There's a bunch of it gets messy.
Yeah, I was the only single guy with his face showing.
Really,
It was not a good experience.
Like, no face pics and shit, and it's like, bro, how am I supposed to like?
Yeah.
So it's just like,
why would I want to get with you if I can't see what you look like? That's fucking weird. Also,
Yeah.
so is it just
SEs and
like
shit.
a bunch of like ass and dick pics or what?
No, because your profile
Chin
pic
down.
still has to be like it's a lot of like chest pics or arms or chin down, whichever one of you said that. Yeah.
Has to be like within guidelines, right? You can't just like, I think would they flag your account if you just had your dick in just the circle profile pic, or is that like
I don't think they would approve it or
right?
something.
I've definitely noticed it a lot more with some of them, well, at least lately, I guess. I got a pretty large percentage of my clientele is gay. A lot of them are in relationships, and some of them will talk about how them and their husband will have other people on the side, and they seems like it works for them. Like they're happy like that, but it just doesn't make sense to me, which I don't understand it yet, which is what the question was. That's, I would say, is the biggest one that I don't understand. So, if it works for them, hey, do you.
This is a fun one. One more person should go.
I would say
Next.
I want to share.
I think we all have it.
I would say like the torture situation, like guys that want like to be kicked in the balls.
That's what I was gonna say. Like getting kicked in the nuts.
like
Yeah.
humiliation, and
like
stuff like that.
like I know that like choking has like an actual like, not by experience, but I've had the scientific side of choking explained to me. It still doesn't make sense to me because like that scares me, especially like I'm a black guy who, when I first started having sex, was having sex with a lot of white girls. So the idea of accidentally choking someone too much was very intense for me. But
It's the sides, bro. You gotta do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not this.
but the like having
I get more.
having your balls fucking like
Oh,
like,
field goal, like at the 50. We need this to win the Super Bowl.
Justin
Like,
Tucker.
you like right to the fucking nuts. Like, I don't understand how that's a turn on. Like, to me, like, I could be fucking bricked up, and if that happens, you know what I'm
straight down,
saying?
bro.
No,
I'm freaking turtle meat after that. Like, you know what I mean? But that's
Turtle
the kink
meat.
that doesn't make
it's so funny.
Turtle meat.
you know, like
That's one I haven't heard
It should
before.
retract, bro.
like, like a little turtle.
Oh,
like a little turtle.
I
head.
understand.
Yeah, like a little turtle head with the extra skin on the side. Because you're chode as fuck.
I'm dead, bro.
I had one guy ask me to do that to him, and I
Really?
same thing. I couldn't understand. It's like
Did you go easy on him, or
you know,
just fucking let him have it?
No, I didn't have him over because there's a part of me where I was like super tempted, and then there's a part of me where I was like, I can't, like that's gonna hurt so much, and I'm not gonna do something to someone that I would never want done to myself.
Dude, you just gotta like invite that guy over after you had like a shit week. You just gotta like get some steam off your chest, like. Yeah, dude. Like,
Come on, buddy. You know what? I'll keep him in the back pocket. I'll re-download Grindr, get his number, tell him.
someone cuts you off in traffic, you know, you're already hitting the guy up. Like, dude, you already know what time it is.
It's ball kicking time, baby.
Oh yeah.
It's soccer
I
time.
think that'd be another good question is what's the weirdest thing someone's asked you to do?
Oh, shit.
Wait. I wait real quick. I want to answer the first question.
Yeah.
Just real
Put that
fast.
mic
The
up to your
weirdest-
mouth
real-
for this one.
Real fast. I feel like I'm not one to king shame because you're into whatever you're into. That's cool. Like, definitely,
Facts.
like whatever. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But I've seen like that whole like financial domination thing. I'm like, that's insane. It's like-
Financial.
I don't know if I know this
yeah,
one.
that's
I'm
where
lost.
like I mean, it can be anyone. It could be a girl or guy, but they'll pay for like someone to basically humiliate them and be like, "Give me your money." Like pay like I don't know if I'm explaining it the right way, but
They get
like
to keep the money.
like they're not getting the money. They're paying someone to like humiliate them or say like or basically just do whatever the fuck they want, but they'll pay you to like do that for them. Like they want to give you your money because it's like addicting. Like they don't want that control or something like that, so they'll like I don't know exactly. I mean, that's
Like
not my thing, but
basically they're paying you to like I guess like verbally shit on them.
basically, yeah. I mean,
And-
that could go a
and-
bunch of ways. I mean, it could be
Oh.
different, but
The concept is simple, even if the allure is not immediately self-evident. You send monetary tributes to a financial dominatrix who could be any gender in exchange for being humiliated and degraded. It's controlling someone through their wallet.
yeah, that's a good way to put it for
Dude,
sure.
that sounds
That's
like a great come up.
Bro, literally, like I've seen videos on TikTok of this girl like walking this guy on a leash, like in front of the ATM, being like pay me, like, and just like just degrading the shit out of him, like what I don't know the
Dang.
specific thing.
And
she
he would
said,
just run.
but
He would just run it.
He would
run
be
it.
like on fours, like on a leash, and be like, "Yes,
But-
mistress," that type of shit.
He's
I don't
But
know.
he's
Huh?
actually
He's
with.
just rocked up.
No, yeah,
But
probably.
he's actually withdrawing from the account and paying. Ooh,
and paying her.
shit.
Yeah.
She's like,
That's
"Man,
not really a
That's
bad gig. Like
crazy.
if I mean I don't think I would do that, but
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think I could tell someone like give me your fucking money and like actually like
take it. And
I don't
maybe,
seem that intimidating. I don't think so. Someone would I don't know. I wouldn't
She's
do
like,
that.
damn, you only have $13.
No,
in your account? Fuck.
Yeah, it gets wild, but that's just one in particular.
That's
I'm
crazy.
like, I
I
don't
never
know.
really heard of that.
Yeah, I think I saw it on one. I forget what show that was. Euphoria, I think. Some girl was like doing that in college to like pay her bills and shit. I don't
shit.
know.
Wow.
I respect the hustle though, because I feel like you'd be seeing some kind of people where you're like, bro, you're crusty. Like I wouldn't want to even touch you or talk to you type shit.
Oh,
That's just
shit.
me. I don't know. Like, I just feel like you might
Hey,
get
there's
some of
some-
those.
There's
but
somebody for everybody, you know.
That's true. But I don't know. Some people.
I
Just,
mean,
Everybody.
you like what you like. That's cool.
I've known girls that like you would expect to like only give like model looking people a chance, but they want the like chubby guy who's got the cul-de-sac.
Not the coldest.
He's got the coldest sack.
Yeah, cul-de-sac.
I got one for you guys that I discovered here in Austin. A friend of mine came to visit me, and we were checking out a couple of the different clubs, and we were at, I forget which one, but there is a door that was being guarded by like two bouncers. And so I walked up to them and I said, hey, what's going on back here? Like, is this like a VIP room or something? And they said, no, you can go back there. There's just no phones allowed. I was like, all right, cool. And so
No red flag at all.
Yeah, bro.
I gave my phone up quick. I didn't move to Austin to be conservative. I'm all about,
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel
Into it.
going on little adventures where you can't bring your phone.
That sounds fun.
Hey.
So do you guys, I don't even know if I'm going to verbalize this right, but do you guys know what like a master puppy relationship is?
I do.
Is that even how you would say it? Or a master
yeah.
dog? Maybe, I don't know why I said
Yeah,
puppy.
like it's like no, I've seen that like the leather mask and stuff where it's like you got like it's like a
So-
leather situation. I don't know. Usually it is, but
So
I
I
know what
walk,
you mean.
I
I've
walked
seen that.
between the two bouncers, and my friend is with me. We both walked through, and we walked through the curtain, and 50% of the dudes in the room are on their hands and knees, being walked around by the other 50% of the dudes who are holding their leashes
They're
and like
putting on
walking
a show.
over. Yes,
They're putting on a show.
yes. There you
Jumping for
go.
hurdles.
And they were all like, yeah, most of them were in leather, most of them had masks on, and so I'm just like, I wish I could have had a picture of like what my face was in that moment.
You're like I've never seen so many people like.
And while I'm still registering what's going on, I feel something like being shoved into my hands. And my buddy handed me all of his clothes, and he was in a leather jockstrap and was just off to the races. And I was like,
Damn, go off.
I was
No warning.
like, see ya. I'm going back to the bar and to my phone, but I'll hang on to your jeans and t-shirts for you while you're
That must have
finding
been
a
sight
dog
to
or
see,
being
honestly.
a dog or dude,
crazy.
I grabbed a drink and just watched for like 20 minutes probably.
I mean, at
What
that
do you
point,
do? What did he do?
Bark.
Oh, stop. Are you serious?
Yes,
Woof.
bro. That's a real thing.
I was like, hey, Thad, you could have come with.
You're serious? Like he was out there like barking and like acting like a dog?
Yeah.
Oh, well, my buddy, I didn't really pay attention to what he was doing.
Because that might have put a wedge.
I was watching everybody.
Sure.
He was just talking to people.
Well, people are barking and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What is the...
I don't. Yeah,
I don't get what. I guess it's like for the dogs. For the dogs.
For the dogs, yeah.
Or the purpose
like-
of the scenario, the dogs.
It's just like the if you enjoy being controlled.
He's respecting their pronouns. When he,
For the canines.
I identify.
All my dogs.
I think it's most, it's like a dominant submissive kind of role, and that's just one way that they play that kind of scene or whatever. But
Well, I mean, nobody's gonna greet you like your dog,
that's true.
and they're bringing that. They're bringing that shit 500% every time you walk through the door.
So did anyone like take a shit?
No,
Imagine.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Your buddy hand through his jeans and he's like, there's some bags in the pocket.
He wouldn't be my buddy.
You're like,
Oh.
what?
Speaking of taking a shit, another kink I don't understand.
Oh.
Getting shit on?
Yeah.
I think it's an ownership thing, bro. But I would never.
No.
Bro.
Because
Like
you know,
the scat thing.
No.
like the
No good
Biggie,
reason.
like the Biggie song when he's talking about how he was with a girl and he was like, "Yeah, man," and when I got done, she was like, she wanted me to do one more thing.
that was in his
Yeah,
song.
and his boys was like, "Did you do it?" He was like, "I bent over that bitch and I shit on her head." Oh shit!
He pulled an Amber Heard, bro. You heard about that?
Yeah, bro. Amber Heard was
Shit on Johnny's bed.
Johnny Depp
she was
rolled out
acting
the
like
way
a
super quick.
she was acting like a she was acting like a little Shih Tzu because you know.
Shih Tzu.
Yeah, you know when the little dogs like the Yorkies and shit, they get mad at you like they'll shit in front of your door. Like big dogs don't do that, but I ain't never heard of a big dog doing that. But little dogs, they'd be like, "Oh, okay, you kicked me out the bed for this bitch.
Exactly.
I got something for y'all when y'all wake up." And you like open the door and you're like, "Ah,
Mud pie.
yeah."
Did you guys see movie 43?
Is that a spoof?
That's on Netflix, right?
Hopefully, somewhere.
Oh, wait, that doesn't. That
Movie
does sound
43. It has
Has everybody. It's one of those movies like the New Year's movie and the Valentine's movie where they got like 20 pretty well-known actors and actresses in it who all have like very short roles that they play.
Nice.
But essentially what it is a movie about, it's like all these shorts. So it's a 2-hour movie with like 15 mini movies within it. And one of the mini movies is about this couple who the girlfriend wants her boyfriend to shit on her. And it's just it's so fucking funny the way they do it. It's gross as fuck, but it's so hilarious.
yeah, I never even seen that preview. I thought you were talking about like a space / apocalyptic like
Oh no.
movie.
Oh,
No.
They were fully getting shit on in that movie 43.
Oh, you saw it?
No.
Oh.
I'm just saying, like, never mind. I don't know where I was going with that, but.
That is not the movie I was thinking it was.
No, that shit reminds me of 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
That's forever ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say, y'all
That was like
remember
AOL days.
I remember my boy was like, "Hey,
First
bro."
time I ever exposed to that, I was like, whoa.
He was like, "Hey, bro, you ever heard about 2 Girls, 1 Cup?" I was like, "No," and his eyes got fucking big.
Oh, I'm about to put you on.
And
bro.
he was
You've never
like-
seen something like this before.
And you could like now in hindsight, it's because he was like so happy he was about to fucking get me.
He's about to ruin your life.
He was
You're
like,
happy
"Bro,"
about
he
it.
was like, "Bro, when you get home, type that shit in. Type that shit in." He's like, "Make sure you delete that shit. You don't want your parents to see it." He's like, "But type that shit in." And I got home and I typed it in, and you know, it starts off all like, "Oh shit, okay." And then
Oh,
you're
shit.
like, "Oh
No.
shit," literally like, "No, bro," like, and like
yeah.
click, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Y'all ever heard of the Pain Olympics?
The what? The
Pain Olympics videos? Oh, yeah,
Is that-
Google those.
is that
Right now?
There's a
If that
documentary
Trump's
about it
2
right
Girls,
now,
1
right?
Cup, I don't know if I want to go.
I don't
look
know.
at
No,
those.
that's Gladiator.
I
My
just
bad.
remember being some of the fucked up videos that would pop up on the internet that like buddies would show you from the Pain Olympics. Dudes would like literally chop their own nuts off.
Oh, no.
I have no idea.
This
They
sounds
didn't
like
want to have any kids, and
Is this on World Star? What's that site where
I
you?
wouldn't say it was World Star. There was way more fucked up video sites than that. At least back in the day, I feel like most of the I don't know. I
Probably
don't look at
taken
that
down
type
now.
of videos anymore. But
speaking of World Star, if you're ever out and about and you're getting into a scuffle and you start hearing World Star, fight for your life
Yeah,
or
go
get
hard.
the fuck out of there because you're about to be a meme or something. You're gonna be on there getting laid the fuck out.
Any of you ever gone to a fight on 6?
like
Yes.
scene one when you're on 6th Street,
What?
like scene one, like when you're on 6th
Been
Street.
in one.
Yes,
Oh
I,
no.
I got pushed around a little bit before.
it happens.
I heard that's the place to go to
Oh
fight.
yeah, it's a guarantee.
Yeah, Dirty Six.
Guarantee.
Yeah, one time I got punched in the back of the head, and I mean it was a big motherfucker. He should have knocked me out, honestly. Like when you punch someone in the back of the head, like bring that shit, cause I'm never impressed when I get punched in the back of the head and I'm not knocked out. But thankfully I'm not. But
That happened a lot.
and honestly, yes. In high school, like there was a lot of like fights
That
at
explains some-
football
that
games.
explains a lot.
But I got punched in the head once. That wasn't really a fight. The bouncers came. I think it's weird when people try to fight in a club because you're not really gonna get a chance to fight. But one time on my 21st birthday, lit like big. Like I let my friends like give me too many drugs. I drank too much alcohol, and we're walking home, and some guy was like talking shit from up in the balcony. I was like, yeah, whatever, Fratty. Like, you're talking shit up there. And next thing I know, I hear like 2 minutes later, like I hear from the like door, like the fire escape door, like fucking bust open. I was like, dang, that motherfucker's on a mission. And it was the motherfucker that was talking shit to me. Like, he came down to fight me. And I was like, nah, bro, like I'm too fucked up right now. Like, it's my birthday. I'm not trying to fight. And he just fucking cold clocked me in my face. And so he had to be yaked out because, like, when he hit me, I hit him with a fucking haymaker, like the best one I've ever hit anyone with, and he just ate that shit. And so we were fighting for a little bit. I felt like it was even, but I slipped on some gravel, and he fucking kneed me, like gave me a fucking UFC knee
That
to
Derek
my
Lewis.
face. Yeah, that Derek Lewis. Oh my gosh, last night's fights were legit, but. He gave me a Derek Lewis, and I was like, damn, good knee. Like, when I was coming up, I said that shit, and he tried to come at me again, like, tackle me again, and I uppercut him, and then I was like, bro, I'm tired. Like, I'm done. Like, you won. And he left me alone, and I feel like I lost that fight. But you win some, you lose some, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I definitely got into a scuffle. Plenty of fights with my friends, but, like, that was, like, the one-on-one fight.
I was down there with Sabrina, and we were waiting in line for this place, and like 20 dudes, big group, they all knew each other, come up, and they just hop right in front of everybody. And I was like, fuck that. So I walked up, and I just walked right back in front of all of them, and then they started
Talking shit.
talking shit, getting around me, pushing me around a little bit. I was like, I don't know, you can cut all them, but you're not cutting in front of me.
Yeah.
And they didn't like it, and came to a point where Sabrina was like yelling at me. She got very upset about it. Which, looking back, I understand. And we just left. We just got out of there.
A little scuffle. Yeah, I feel it.
And I was like, I'm never fucking coming back here.
I never went downtown unless I could have been in the group of those guys that just get let in.
They didn't even get let in. They like halfway through the line.
Oh, they didn't know the bouncer or nothing. They were
No.
just being like dicks for
yeah.
real. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so I was like, fuck this.
Yeah, that's not cool.
What's the point of cutting in front of two people? How much time
It's
did
a
they
fucking
really save
flex.
by that?
Because they're just like, you're not going to do anything about it. And I was like, no, I am not just going to fucking let you do that. So
I feel like,
looking back, didn't have to do all that. But
that's the thing about alcohol, right? It's like
I wasn't even really drunk at that time.
sometimes it makes you feel like, okay, I got this liquid courage. I dare a motherfucker to fuck with me because I'm feeling me right now. Let's go. Who want to test me? No, nobody knows that reference. Ah, shit.
What you got, Jordan?
Let's see.
That's
All right, too late. All right, I'm going.
Oh, you can't skip.
Only had an
I want
hour
to see
to
what.
think
I
about
want
it.
to see what. Oh, is. Are we still waiting for an answer from one?
No.
From him?
No,
I think
I
we
think
we're
last
waiting
one
on
was
the
the
dish
kink
one.
question.
Yeah, I think we all like had one on
Oh, this is a good one. Saving that for my turn. I like that we've all been answering the questions.
I like that. Get everybody's perspective.
Yep.
Something I grew up thinking was normal, but later found out wasn't.
Oh, shit.
It's a tough one.
I need to think about this one for a second. Getting hit in the balls. No,
Damn.
no, I'm kidding.
What's the question?
Something I grew up thinking was normal, but later found out wasn't.
Facing the toilet when I poop.
You just
Straddling the
straddle
bowl.
that shit. All right, cowboy.
Cowboy.
And then you got the tray for your chocolate milk.
Oh,
Right.
nah, I know you're not eating on the toilet while shitting, bro.
Chocolate milk.
South Park
That's,
reference.
they call that they call that fecal matter. That's what you're getting in your food when you eat in the bathroom.
You got like I got my phone up on the seat, and I'm like chilling, and I got my drink here, like, watching my phone.
You got the twisty straw too.
With the helmet with the beers and shit or whatever, like the soda can and shit.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of that.
It's a tough one.
I would
Put a
say
pin
I
in
don't
it.
I don't want to go serious with this. I'll try to think of a funnier one, but just like my family was super conservative. So like we didn't drink, we didn't curse, we went to a Christian school, we wore uniforms, and like thinking back on it, like I'm not saying my parents should have let us like drink or do drugs at 12 or anything like that, but it just was
13.
like, yeah, 13. Yeah, baby, once you got that teen title, baby, yeah, then you're good to go. We do be doing it then.
You're a man now.
My balls have dropped. Give me a beer.
Hey, we're not in a village, so here's a shot of whiskey.
Yeah. But
Can't-
just like it was so like just between like the uniforms and just like all of it, like the Christian school thing and chapel on Thursdays, youth group on Wednesday,
Oh,
church on
Catholic
Sunday, and Christian.
Oh, Christian, not Catholic?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you said mass, right? Or no,
Chapel.
Chapel. My bad.
Chapel. I don't do no mass.
I've never been to mass either. I don't think I could do mass. I remember we had a Sunday school teacher when I was younger. He used to be Catholic, and he used to say he used to hate like that we fell asleep in church sometimes, or that like we would talk to each other, and like he just like felt like we were way too lax about being at church. And he would tell us all the time, you need to go to a mass so that you can learn how to sit in church. And I'd be like, God, dog, bro, like.
Church is supposed to suck.
Yeah. I'm like, dang, calm down. There's a reason you left and you're here now. Like.
You're supposed to hate it here.
You know what was fun though was my dad. He would get really triggered by cursing. So if you ever felt like you were losing an argument with him, and you were just like, "Hey, pops, fuck you, you're a piece of shit," he would just
Damn.
like lose it. It was hilarious, and to this day, I wonder if he knew like I didn't even mean it. I just thought it was hilarious
Yeah.
to piss him off.
Yeah, I would never say that to my parents. I would never say that shit to my parents.
I have my moments, bro. I mean, I'm not proud of it, but when you're young and you have a big mouth and you're like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have said that. It happens. Not anymore though. I respect my parents and everything, but
Yeah, it happens. But
You know?
some of us were raised a little different. Like that's a death sentence in my house.
oh
growing
no,
up.
yeah, no. In a Puerto Rican household, you're getting your mouth slapped.
Slapped. You would have been lucky.
You're
Like
gonna be your David.
my boy Phil's going hard on the brewskis.
No, that wasn't me.
Who's up next?
Wait, what was the original question?
Something you grew up thinking was normal, but later found out wasn't.
Push up position.
What?
So
You're like, what do you mean? By
so like it might be normal in military households, but like my dad would have us like sit in a plank when we got in trouble instead of whooping our ass. Like he would have us sit in a plank. Thankfully though, because I mean shit, I think it helped me like be a little more athletic than other kids when it came time. But like we would have to sit in push-up position sometimes, and like shit, that shit is I don't like, some people look at it like, oh, that's abuse, but I don't think it is. I think it was like a good build of character. But sheesh, when it was happening, that shit sucked like a bitch. Like, or
I'll take time out any day.
yeah, right. Any day over an ass whooping. Like it for sure. I would definitely take wall sits or push up position. My brother made us sit in wall sits when he was fucking babysitting us. He's 10 years older than me. He'd be like, yeah, mommy gave me permission to discipline y'all, so wall sits. And I was like, what the fuck? Wall sits? And that shit was horrible, but my brother lied to us about that.
Oh, he just did it just 'cause.
Yeah, he just did that. He told us my mom gave him permission to do a lot of shit. And when we got older, we were talking about it. She was like, I would have whooped his ass if I knew he was doing all that to y'all.
I like your brother. That's
Me
great.
too. He helped me build character too.
Phil, you're up.
My thought was normal.
No,
Or card.
new card, fresh card.
It's a tough question.
I'm gonna think of a really funny one as soon as you guys walk out the door.
Probably me too.
Actually, I'm going to give this to Phil. I'm sure we're all going to answer it, but
Something I pretend to know more about than I actually do.
Everything.
we all say cutting hair.
I feel like I actively try to admit when I don't know things so I can learn.
Right? It's a hard question to answer.
Um,
For me, I feel like it's, I'd say like, well, I don't know. I always admit that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about with politics, but I still feel like there's a little bit of like, I have to act like I know something so I don't seem like a dumbass type in me when I have to talk about politics.
I'll be honest, I don't know if I can think of a good answer for this off the top of my head. Because I feel like if I did know that I didn't know,
Then you wouldn't be talking about
I wouldn't be talking about it.
That's
Bro.
good. That's
I
good.
don't know. Do y'all feel like there's anything I ever talk about that you're like, you don't know what you're talking about?
Everything.
Like, I would hope you call me out on that
I'm
shit.
kidding.
I'm a menace for y'all. I'll always call you guys out if I
Yeah,
feel like
you'll-
you're bullshitting. So.
That's why I gave it. That's why I gave it to you, because I didn't expect there to be anything. But if there was, it would have fucking
well,
knocked me out my seat.
What do y'all know? Is there anything y'all like? Man, Phil doesn't.
No,
Bullshit.
No, you talk about what you know, and I feel like no one's ever like. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like y'all are talking out your ass about shit you don't know.
I mean,
don't know.
I
That's just
will.
me.
I'll call you out if I think so, but it's like, I don't know. Yeah,
When someone's,
I'm never like, shut the fuck up, Phil.
No, for real. I feel like I'm so out of loop with sports and shit. I won't even try to talk about it. Like when someone like is telling me about a certain team, like I'm just so.
Oh, that might be one for me.
I just will
Nah,
not.
I definitely admit to
I'll
it.
just literally say like I really don't be keeping up, so just let me know what's going on because I don't, and I'm not gonna act because there's no way you
Yeah.
can act like you know about something when
Yeah,
you
like-
don't pay attention to it at all.
Like Dakota's clients, we'll be talking about sports, and like I'll give my 2 cents that I know, and then quickly withdraw, and Coda's like quiet.
that's fine, bro.
He'll be like, I don't watch sports. Coda be like, I don't know nothing about none of that. And they'd be like,
watch a
oh,
fight
okay.
night with us, Coda. We gotta do a fight night where we all get together and watch the fights.
Speaking of
Fights
fight
are-
night,
fights are fun.
bro, so many good fights on the main card. Swing and Bang, Derek Lewis did his thing. That was fucking crazy. Like, how do you 2 days? He got called in 2 days, right, before the fight, and he was in the best
He's in
shape.
great shape.
The best shape he's been for any of his fights. The best shape ever. He was trying to
He
make
look
a,
like Derek Lewis.
bro. He was trying to make a point to get a fucking another contract. 'Cause he's like, bro.
How could they not?
How could they
That dude's
not
the most exciting
after
fighter
that?
in the UFC right now.
Yeah.
I want to watch
And-
his fights.
And he was on a losing streak, so like now it's like, oh, he's definitely taking this a lot more serious. Like, and he's already got the
fresh.
most knockouts in the fucking
He's fresh
history.
now. He didn't take any damage. He didn't take a single shot. He could fight tomorrow.
He could. He did take that was a flawless victory.
It was. You will very rarely see a flawless victory in the UFC. Like not a single shot.
Not a single. all old boy did was try to block that knee, and it came right in between his guard and dropped him. And then the black guy that he had
Holland.
Holland. Oh my gosh,
Chiesa?
Kevin Holland,
Arquisa, I think that's how you say his
bro,
last name.
he fucking bullied that
Yeah,
fight.
he was a beast in that one.
Bullied, like straight dominated it. I was so happy I watched that card, and I stayed up for every fight last
Did you
night.
watch Crawford Spence?
Yes. Oh no, I
Boxing
didn't.
match was,
I didn't, but I saw the highlights.
Crawford dominated the whole fight too.
I saw the highlight, and like Spence was the favorite, right?
No,
Oh, he wasn't, but
Yeah,
no
he's
one had
slightly
knocked him
underdog.
down like that, and he got knocked down a bunch of times, right?
yeah, he took his first knockdown and then multiple knockdowns and eventually TKO.
Yep. The ref was like, "You're done."
Yeah, I don't know, but Crawford, man, like he looked a lot better than Spence. He looked a lot better.
A lot better. Yeah, that's what everyone was saying. Like it was a very dominating fight. But honestly, watching the highlights and watching that fight, like they were boxing, and boxing would still be as big as it once were if
They were getting after it.
all of the fights were like that.
Spence was taking lots of shots, hard shots, and he's still getting back in there, not trying to just tie up all that stuff that made Mayweather kind of ruined boxing for a little bit.
Because he
He's
was
scared to lose. He
yeah,
just fought like he was scared to lose, as it was. He didn't want to ruin that perfect record.
he didn't want to go for the like once because you when you have knockout power, you always have knockout power, but when the age scale starts to tip, that knockout power ain't as strong as it was when you were the young guy, because now you're the old guy.
Floyd hasn't knocked anybody out for like 15, 20 years.
Mhm.
It's been a long time.
There's this one guy at the dog park who was doing the bare knuckle fighting. You guys ever watch that?
Mm-hmm.
And he had a
At the dog park?
The one in the back of the club.
He's
right?
like
Yeah,
the
that's what I
dog
was
park.
thinking.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good, boys. That was good.
Mm.
He had a fight. He got like the main fight out in New York, and so we watched this like 3-hour event, and we're waiting. He finally his match is up, and him and his opponent get in the ring. His opponent takes one swing at him, hits him right in the right above the eyebrow, knocks him out, and he falls over. And the ref asks him if he's good to fight. And I guess if you wait, what is it, like 3 seconds or 5 seconds, or there's some sort of hesitation, they just call the fight. And so the ref called it.
Dang, like
Went
1,
all
2,
the way
5
to New
seconds in.
York, and 45 seconds in, or 47,
Oh,
something
wow.
like that.
Dang.
You had
Yeah,
all these dog parents just watching this fight
See,
for 3 hours, so we could see Eddie take stage for 47 seconds and get knocked the fuck out.
see the only
Did you give him shit?
No, because he could kick my ass.
yeah, okay, fair enough.
Well, actually, maybe he couldn't after seeing that.
Yeah.
Catch him in the right spot.
I
Hey,
know his weak spot.
sleepy
Yeah.
time.
Eyebrow.
I feel like I need some new cards. These are kind of lame. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm gonna give this one to you.
No cap on gang.
This one says, I've always been embarrassed about.
Oh, I already know.
What?
I'm not gonna lie. that's
I don't know you that well, so I'm very curious.
Right.
actually not the one I meant to give you.
Move that
Is it
mic
not?
closer
It's
for
not.
your
I've
answer.
actually meant to give you this one.
Oh
Could we
shit.
switch? Could I?
Yeah.
I gave him the wrong one.
I mean, I'm
I gave him
down.
the wrong one. Or is it just like there's no?
He's
going
like,
back
I
now?
want to hear.
Remember
the
my
Well, I
first
wanna
time
read
playing
that
a
one
card
too.
game? Yeah, give him the one you wanted to
Okay,
give him.
Yeah, here you go.
A person who doesn't know they've impacted my life is.
Hmm.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Okay.
Shit. I always feel on the spot. I'm like, damn, I can't.
A
think of
person
one.
who doesn't know that they've impacted your life. Who are you gonna shout?
And I don't want to say I want to put a pin in it because I feel like I did this last time. So I want
Yeah,
to think
no
about
pins. You only get 1 pin per episode.
Mm,
It's a rule.
Yes, it is.
I read the. I don't know if you guys read the rules before you came in, but that was one of them.
DSNSB has a rule book.
Shit, man.
By the way, I don't even know if while he's thinking, all 4 of you are from the Bearded Barber. So
Yeah.
if you're in Austin and you need a haircut or a beard trim, Jordan does anything from the neck down, is the rumor that I've heard.
In the back.
So they
Some
take
manscaping.
appointments online only. These are the 4 best barbers in Texas. So if you're a guy and you're living here and you cut your hair every now and then, I'm just saying, beardedbarber.com. That's the site, right?
Bearded Barber ATX.
Bearded Barber
You can do
ATX.
beardedbarber.com will take you to
Hey,
the website.
Yeah, it'll get if you just Google
It'll get you
Bearded
there.
Barber ATX, it'll
You'll
come
figure
up.
it out.
all hair textures welcome.
Yeah,
Do
and
not,
they do good. I go there.
Do not let your
That's a low bar.
stereotypes stop you from coming to see each and every one of us.
Yes.
Your stereotypes are not true.
And if you are wondering, why does Jordan get allowed to work there when he has no beard? We're all wondering the same thing.
It's one of those things. It's kind of
Damn.
like it's just one of those things. It just is what it is. It's kind of part of the mystique of the shop. It's part of the lore.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you have a beard that touches the floor, Jordan has still trimmed more beards than you ever have.
Do you
Trust
have
him.
clients that go to you for their beards?
No.
Oh yeah. Yeah, right.
What an asshole.
No, definitely.
You've stolen some from me.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll get you next time.
yeah,
No.
should.
Did you say you should?
No.
No, I said no.
With the mics in and since we're not all mics, sometimes I don't know who's saying what. It's all just coming at me at once.
Jordan's taking some.
No,
some
I got
bearded guys from me.
I got you on the 16th.
And legit, like, we need more afro hair. These guys learned how to cut hair on afro hair, so don't be scared. Come see us all.
I wasn't scared. Are
And
people scared?
I mean,
Yeah, I feel like
A lot of people get scared.
I like I'll be the one to say it. Like, a black guy looks into the shop, he sees one black guy, a Puerto Rican and two white guys. He's gonna be like, "Yeah, this is a straight hair shop."
I'm not Puerto Rican.
No, we
Couldn't
definitely,
tell. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, we definitely know you. Well,
Bro,
I
Puerto
mean,
Ricans look all ways though, so
he could be Mexican. I mean, look at Canelo. Like, he looks like a white boy for real, but he's not.
I feel like it is
Well, he
definitely
is, but
like
not.
a stereotype that white guys can't fade, white guys can't cut curly hair,
Yeah.
and I feel like me and Phil have both redefined that standard,
One in the ice.
proved that wrong.
Facts.
I remember one time I was in barber school, and I'd been cutting for a long time there at that point, and I was doing really good work for where I was at in my career. And
Cheers,
I
bro.
remember I walked up to take a walk in, and this guy goes, "Oh, you're gonna be the one that cuts my hair today?"
Oh shit.
And I said, "Yeah, I'm ready for you, man. Let's do it." And he's like, "You sure you know how to like cut my type of hair?" I was like,
Who is this again? I'm sorry.
"This is just
We
a
were-
walk-in from the school that I went to." So he's sitting at the front, and everyone else is taking lunch. They're scared to cut, so I'm like walking up. I'm gonna take this walk-in, get the practice in. And so yeah, he's like, "You sure you know how to cut my type of hair?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, it's all the hair that I cut here." You
Good
know what I
one.
mean? And he was super hesitant about it. Even the instructor was like, "Dude, like, he'll take care of you. Like, he knows what he's doing. Like, he does this all the time, And I could tell he was real hesitant when he was in my chair at first, and just doing the consultation and stuff. And then kind of got to a point where I think after I was working on him a little bit, and you turn the clippers off, and he's in the mirror like looking to see if you like fucked him up yet, And
And you're like, bro,
You're
I
gonna
need to
fade
see
that
it
out?
first.
You're gonna fade that out right
right.
there?
You're gonna blend that out, right?
I hate when people say that,
Bro.
bro. I'm just
So
like,
yeah,
I'll
dude,
say no sometimes. I'll be like, no.
no, literally.
Just
Get
blended.
him to
What do you
shut
mean?
up. I haven't dealt with that in a minute, but yeah.
And
That'd be funny.
yeah, so I ended up finishing the cut, and he was like, "Oh, dude, yeah, this looks great. Like, what's your number, bro? Like, I'm gonna hit you up next time, and this and that." And I'm like, "Okay, so you go from, oh, you know how to cut my hair to, oh,
Yeah,
like,
waka,
yeah, I'm gonna get
waka,
you next
waka,
time."
yeah.
Just your reaction to that story is making me chuckle.
But that's like some shit that some barber school clients would say some shit like that, and then you never hear from again, or they'll come through and they never tip you.
Oh,
And as soon as you go
I'm
somewhere,
gonna
that-
follow you when you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh,
follow
yeah,
you
bro,
when you
I'm
go.
gonna be
Through.
there.
Let me know where you
Right,
at.
right.
Let
you're
me
my
know where
barber
you
now,
at.
bro. You're my barber now.
And it's like, bro, I know why you're coming to the barber school.
Right.
I'm glad you're here, but like,
You're paying $7.
don't,
dude.
yeah, quit the fugazi,
right.
bro.
Yeah.
like, you
Well,
But
know,
that's just the type of people that go to barber schools for cuts,
Oh,
to be
yeah.
honest. Like for the most part.
for
I've
the
never
most
even
part.
thought
yeah.
about going to a barber school for cuts, but also I value the fuck out of this thing. Like,
I
would
wouldn't
if-
recommend
if
going.
I
would
looked at your
not.
website and you were like $7 for a beard shave or whatever you call it, beard trim, I'd be
No,
running.
bro.
Oh, yeah,
I'd be
seriously.
blocking that
That's why
site.
there's so few barbers that are good at doing beard trims, because guys with beards don't go to barber school to get it cleaned up. People
No.
There's people who are much more likely to say fuck it about their hair and like whatever, I just need it shorter. Nobody says that about their beard, really.
No.
If anything,
Especially,
they'll shave it at home or they'll buzz it
might
at home
do
if they don't
themselves.
care.
well,
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
but also like the guys with the best beards, 9 times out of 10 are bald. So it's like you don't want to fuck that shit up. It's what you work with. Yeah,
all I got, buddy.
it's what you work with. Yeah.
It's I can attest to that. This is true.
I'm not getting a $3 beard trim.
No. I do miss though. The only thing I miss about my head hair growing is the hot towel because that was comfortable as fuck.
Maybe I'll just hit you with a hot towel next time, just cause.
Okay.
Maybe I'll pretend to wash your hair too.
Massage the scalp. You know,
at,
exfoliated and all that.
at Finley's,
I'll be like, "Do you want
bro.
conditioner today?"
At-
Some product?
You are the best barber ever.
bro, when I worked at Finley's, I had three guys that I did a head shave for. It was like, you're not gonna give me a shampoo,
Oh dang.
and I was
I'm like, what do you mean?
I was like, if you want the
shampoo in?
if you want the hot towel, bro, just say that. Like, your head is clean
You
right
lean it
now.
back, we just hit. And you lean it back up.
Once
I hit him with the shampoo and everything. I gave him what he
Give
wanted.
me their number. I'll educate these fellas for you.
Right.
Stop dicking around.
I want to see Phil use the blow dryer and the round brush on David next time. Like after he does the wash.
Just-
Oh yeah,
Just
just
style
dry
it up.
your
You want-
It feels like 30 minutes. He's like 30 minutes
to fuck
behind.
with the rest of the customers in there. Where they're like,
He's like 30
"What
minutes
is going
behind."
on with this guy?
Nobody would say anything either. Because I just feel like people would see that and then there's probably a few clients that might say something. But you know, if it's like a new client, they're just gonna be like sitting there like, is he blow drying this guy's?
Premium service.
Yeah, no, like if it's a regular, they're gonna say something.
But
They're
you
gonna be
gotta
like,
get in
"Damn,
the
Phil,
mirror.
you high?"
You'll have to get me. You have to sneak me in on a day when it's a bunch of new clients and be like, "Hey, what are you doing today at 3? Come on by."
Right. And then you gotta get in the mirror too and be like, does this one look out of place? And they're just
Right.
sitting there like, what is he looking at, dude? You gotta be here.
You're like, I
Hey,
need.
bro, can you just snip that a little bit for me?
You're like, I want the pompadour to be a little higher.
You're not gonna
I got you, bro. I got you. Don't worry. I'll
Just
be
just
with
a
you
little
few
more,
minutes,
a
dude.
little more volume.
I'll be right with you, dude. I'm just finishing up here.
right.
Just gonna style him.
Just
I'll be like, okay.
Right.
This sounds great.
That's a 5-star review though from a new client. They're like, dude, I saw this one barber in there like styling up someone that had no hair on top. Dude, like, it's fucking premium service.
that reminds me of when someone came in and they were basically bald on top and were like, "Oh, can I get a flat top?" And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, "With what, bro?
Yeah,
There's nothing to make that."
It-
Yeah, they fucking hit him on the top of
Yeah.
the head super hard, like make it flat.
Here, now it's flat, buddy. Not flat enough for you.
Right.
I used to, I was a general manager for a health club, and one of my employees and me, I forget why it happened, but we got drinks like 5 years after I left that job, and he was like, you know, I don't know if you'll remember this, but I was working for you when you started balding, and you were asking all of us like, hey, does my hair look thinner today? And so I was definitely in a state of denial for like when it started going away. And I don't remember it, but he wasn't lying. Like I for sure did that. But yeah, I had hair once.
I feel like everyone is like, so many clients will be like, oh, is it looking thinner to you? And I'm like, usually like, not any thinner than when you came in here, and that's
Right.
not a lie.
I make
Yeah.
money by
That's
cut.
so
I make
funny.
money by cutting it, so I'm not gonna tell you to shave it.
No, for real.
Well, and the thing too is like I was only 26 or 27 at the time, so it did just seem like I was too young for that to be happening. But I had no one in my life that would tell me the fucking truth.
See, and and so actually I'm glad we brought this up. I had an experience the other day that, like, I have told a client before, like, you should just go ahead, and like I lost that client. So I was like, damn.
For real?
Yeah.
You told him he should shave his head?
And he kept asking me every fucking
Well,
time.
maybe he started shaving it, so now you don't gotta come in anymore.
Maybe, but I was like, bro, go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, like, just try it. Like, I was like, we'll take it down really low, so you could like at least know what you're gonna look like, and if you don't like it, just keep doing what you've been doing. And he never came back.
He probably started buzzing it.
Maybe he did,
You sent him in the right direction.
but my homeboy, he's a barber, and
You're good.
It's all good.
he said the same thing that you said about being too young, and he's my homeboy is young too. He's pretty young, and he was like, to do one an enhancement, and he was like, bro, this shit is gone. Like, and the
That's
dude
just
was like,
fabrication at that point.
the dude was like, I'm confident enough to go ahead and do it, but I just don't want to do it yet. I'm too young. So he wasn't confident enough. But
There's so much fear-based marketing around telling guys they shouldn't be happy about their hair going.
Yeah,
Happens to
exactly.
everybody. Dude, my shit's going on me.
hey, and there's a lot of chicks
Happens to
that like
everybody.
bald heads. But
That's true.
well, a lot of everybody that likes bald heads like, but he was like, he is thinning, and he was like, you know what, I'm going home and cut my shit off tonight. He was like, I don't want to be this guy talking about, oh yeah, you know, do what you
Yeah,
can.
dude, you just gotta embrace it sometimes. Nothing wrong with it.
But, you know, I was thinking when Coda said that about the flat top, you know, Coda is the newest barber at the shop. And you know, he's building his clients up. So that means he gets to take the most walk-ins. And walk-ins tend to be, it's more likely that a walk-in, or really any first-time client that is booked, you got like a higher chance of getting somebody that's a little maybe difficult or kind of weird or whatever. Like, it's just how it is. Over time, you build your clientele up, and it's all the cool dudes that you like, because that's like what you want in your chair. But while you're building, especially when you're like the newest one in the shop, you get all the fucking weirdos.
Yeah,
I've gotten a few quirky ones where I'm like, all right, I see you, I see your vibe, but for the most part, it's fine. And then sometimes like they see the price and they're like, oh, never mind.
Our shop filters most of them out, but we still get some sometimes.
and the thing about that is, like, I like that you said that, because it, like, you know, you being a barber, you got to learn to be okay with understanding that this person's not your client. But I feel like most of my loyal clients came from a good barber. Like, everybody moves, things happen, you know what I'm saying? It's fine. Like, your clients don't stay with you forever. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But you usually can tell why someone is in your chair for the first time and why they haven't found a shop. Like, sometimes it is because they just have unrealistic expectations, so everyone sucks to them.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool looking back now that I've been cutting for a while. Some of the guys that have been coming to me for a long time, they've ended up being awesome clients that you just never know. When that dude sits in your chair for the first time and I kind of remember my first interaction with him, I never could have guessed, like, dang, 8 years later.
Yeah,
Still cutting your hair, and like we're pretty tight now.
Hey, you're a part of the fam at that point.
It's cool to see. And I think of a guy like Rick, you know,
Hernandez.
super cool dude. Like, I cut him at Roosters, and yeah, he's just been like a crazy loyal client ever since then. Awesome
Nice.
dude, takes care of me, and it's just like you never know when that guy's gonna sit in your chair, and now that's your guy for from now on.
Yep.
So, but all that to say, you know, so there's also, I'm trying to think of an example of a guy that maybe the first interaction you have with him isn't like perfect, right? You know, it's like maybe he's gonna come back to me, he's not, and then 5 years later, they like still come to you and they'll end up being like an awesome client.
Mm-hmm.
You never know when that guy in your chair is really gonna be a long-term client.
Yeah, I had a walk-in. I don't know if you remember Marcus Perez. He always comes with
With the Gucci bag.
With the Gucci,
Gucci
yeah.
man.
I didn't expect him to be like coming every day since the first cut, but I mean that's a great sign. I mean he's a super funny guy, and we always just like chop it up. I mean, ask him about what he's got going on and stuff. But
Gucci guy,
stuff
meaning
like
he's
that.
wearing like
Head
head
to
to
toe.
toe
Yeah,
Gucci
always,
shirt,
dude.
always.
Gucci out.
Shoes.
Bro,
Fucking
first-
Gucci
super-
from
First time he came in,
Yeah.
first time he came in, he's got a Gucci suit with
shoes.
Gucci like with Gucci little logos on it.
all over.
He's
all over it.
the manager at Gucci, and I think
Yeah.
he just ended up moving back to Cali, and he's the
Dang.
manager at the LA store.
Oh shit!
Or,
That's a
no,
big
sorry,
move.
not Hollywood, the Hollywood location.
Okay.
So
But yeah, like
I don't
Gucci,
know, it's crazy.
Gucci socks. And like he was Gucci down. Like I'm pretty sure
Every
the black
time.
shirt he had on underneath it was a Gucci.
Yeah.
He's
Shirt too.
Gucci'd out from his Gucci out.
Yeah, that was- but and I noticed it because like I'm a fashion guy, and I was just like, dang,
I was
either
like,
How
Either
could you
this-
not notice?
yeah, either this motherfucker's got a good replica plug, or he just.
No, yeah, it's wild, bro. Like,
And then he said he worked at Gucci, and I was like, okay, that makes sense.
yeah, it's been crazy though. But it's nice to see like those clients come back, especially if this is my first year like cutting at a shop, and it's just like
Mm-hmm.
been a crazy experience to see like, I mean, just the progress so far. It's only been what like 7-8 months almost. So Like in a real shop?
You'll still have a couple slow spots here and there, but even on those days, you end up being pretty busy with late bookers and walk-ins.
Mm-hmm.
You guys seem like you're not slow.
Really.
You're not sitting around.
We get a little time here and there sometimes, but most of the time, we stay pretty busy. I think we're always busy enough for everybody to pay the bills, and that's bare minimum at the barbershop. But I can say we can always do that, and like everybody, I think at the shop is on pace to do very well for themselves as a barber.
That's what I love about this opportunity is like just out the gate out of school. Like I'm working at like I think one of the best shops in Austin that I've seen, and like just the rapport like between clients and stuff.
It is the
Like,
best shop
it is the
in
best shop.
Austin.
Yeah, like it's.
We
I don't know if it's the best
we don't have
kept
to
secret
skirt
or not.
around.
Yeah,
it.
we don't
have
have
to-
you
Yeah.
say it.
It is the best shop in Austin.
Say it again.
It is the best shop in Austin.
Attaboy.
You know, I mean, yeah.
It is what it
Let's
is.
just call it as it is, huh?
For real. Yeah, I mean, you get like the chains and whatnot, but I mean, it's definitely not the same.
I mean,
same
we're
thing.
I have a friend coming out in November, and he's after your episode, he specifically said that he's gonna, like not get his hair cut, so that when he comes out here to visit, we're gonna come out and see y'all.
Oh, I'm busy.
Nice.
that day.
Damn.
Well, you're not gonna get him. You're gonna get me, and one of you
just fuck
three is
around.
gonna get him. But we don't have to come by.
The
We
question
can
is,
go to
no,
Roosters.
Well, the question is,
Why are you
who
denying
gonna
it?
book- who's he? Who are you gonna send him to?
I'm not gonna send him to anyone.
Okay.
I actually haven't thought about that, but I wouldn't send him to anyone. I just say don't go to Well, it's his hair, so Jordan could do that, but
Yeah.
it's whoever he books. I don't know.
Interesting. It's
Interesting.
gonna say a lot about him depending who he chooses.
If he doesn't choose me, he's racist.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
100%. 100%.
that escalated quickly. Hey, pull a race card whenever it's lucrative.
Say that.
No, I'm fucking with you.
Do you guys want something? Do you two want something other than water? Coffee?
I do.
LaCroix?
I want a water.
You want a water?
Yes, please. Awesome.
I would also like a water, please. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You want the headphones for a little bit?
I'm good.
It's kind of part of
What
the
if you're never on a
experience, try it out.
podcast
We're
again?
just gonna turn down everything you offer him the entire evening.
You don't want the full experience?
I don't know.
I can wipe them off with a bleach wipe first if you're worried
Yeah,
about.
I think
That's
that's
what I
what
was
it
worried
is. Yeah.
I
That's what I'm
put the
worried
little I don't know what they're
Please.
called, but the white sticks in my hair before
Q-tips.
Yeah.
The white.
Yeah, it's really
Did you smell it?
it's really
No,
hard
I
for
didn't
me
smell
to
it.
get.
That's
I
what
looked at
went
it
on.
to see if there was actually any earwax on it.
I saw it.
It smells good.
Smells good.
It smells like
That's
it
good.
smells like cigar.
Okay.
I'm gonna be mad about that.
It's exotic.
Get into it.
You know, it's funny because
Breaking him down. Hold on. Maybe we can get him to drink a beer in a minute here.
we're doing one thing at a time here.
Here, so you can hear. I need a break from him anyway.
I
I'm
don't-
getting hot.
I appreciate
Some
that.
boys over here sweating.
Okay.
It's the lights.
No, I was thinking about the question that I got, and
Remind
I feel
us
like
what the question was.
it was. A person who doesn't know they've impacted, or a person who doesn't know they've impacted my life is. But I don't know, bro. Like, I hate to say I don't know because I feel like I don't idealize too many people outside of that I don't know. You know what I mean? I know it's like a
Yeah.
lame answer, but I feel like I know someone who has impacted my life that does know me, and I don't know. I feel like they had a pretty big impact on me, and that's the only one I can think of at the moment. It's one of my homeboys that I grew up with on my street. He passed this year, which fucking sucks, of some rare cancer type shit. But growing up, I was an only child, so I never had a brother or sister to hang out with and shit, and that was my homie on the block that we would do everything together. Our families were friends and everything like that. And to see someone a little bit older than me, I don't know. He was a role model to me, and he always did the crazy shit that I always wanted to do. He's an adrenaline junkie. I don't know. He was just a badass guy. He was super talented at instruments, and he influenced me to pick up the guitar. And I've been playing since middle school because of him, and just doing crazy shit that I wouldn't do normally because I don't know. I just felt like I wanted to do those kinds of things that he did. I don't know. He would do bouldering and a bunch of crazy shit. I don't know. I just admire the fuck out of him, and I just feel bad how shit ended with him and everything. But I feel just having him a person to grow up with at the same time was important for me. So like I don't know, because we're both only children, and so it was
What's his
nice.
name?
Sean.
All right,
Sean Quinlan. Yeah, he was a
Shout out
G.
Sean
He was a
Quinlan.
G. That shit was crazy though.
Man,
I'm like,
give that poor cigar a break. What do you take?
bro, I don't know if I'm lighting this right.
You're not.
Okay.
Yeah,
to know.
hold it
Like this.
Just take it.
Towards
I'm
the
sorry
top of
that
the
my air
flame.
conditioning doesn't work better.
Yeah, it's probably partially the cigar.
It's nervousness
And the
from never
lights.
being on a sod pot. And the lights.
I sweat easy though. Like we'll be at the shop and I'll be the one sweating. That's why I cut my curls off the top because I was getting too hot. Yeah, actually, that's why. This is also why I keep a freaking
What do you got down there?
Pinky?
Ah,
Like
a
a-
little hanky
a little-
panky.
Fucking crazy.
Hanky panky.
Hey, it's funny that you say that because when I worked at Nordstrom, I had a hanky all the time. Every time I had a hanky in my pocket, but that's because I had to wear like slacks and shit.
I just like layer it up and shit. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
But
You know, I think it really sets our shop apart is the energy that we greet people with. The fuck is that?
Oh, jeez. All right, here we go. We're getting our first live caller on an episode.
Colin, okay.
We got a live call in, folks.
Adam, you are live on David's Saturday Night Sit Back with the 4 best barbers in Austin, Texas. What's going on, man? Can you guys hear him or no?
No, you got to put it on speaker.
Oh, he should be coming through all the.
Adam.
Adam.
Hello.
There you are.
There you are. Yeah. What's going on? Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Hey, happy birthday.
Well, we record 7 nights a week, and we're trying out a new feature tonight where call-ins are supposed to show up live through the audio, but I don't think they are. But it's all good. Good to hear from you, brother.
I got the ring live through the audio.
Yeah, I could hardly hear you there for a second. But, well, good. How's it going?
Happy
How's-
birthday!
Yeah, how's your birthday?
It's great. I'm sitting here smoking cigars, drinking whiskey and beers, and we're talking about barbershop politics.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah. But hey, I'll give you guys a call back tomorrow, all right?
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Love you both. Have a good night.
So who's that? To you.
So that was when I first got my first accounting job out of college, when we went to this new hire orientation in Minneapolis, they have this like pre-assigned seating, and me and him were sat at this desk together, and neither of us knew what the fuck was going on. And that was back in January of 2017. And funny story from that trip. So they send everyone that got hired throughout the nation to Minneapolis on like January fucking 3rd. And I'm a California boy, so I only know warm weather. And I looked at the weather out there, and it was going to be like as low as -3 to the high was 26. But anyway, so you have like 600 accountants at this hotel. And one of our coworkers, Brock, he gets this text from one of the female accountants, and she's like, "Oh, my my heater's not working. It sure is chilly in my room." And Brock, just being like the fucking stereotype of an accountant, is just like, "Guys, I didn't bring my tool bag with me. Like, should we put in a work order, or what should we do?" And we're just like, "Bro, like, you can have sex tonight if you want."
It's time
But
to
like,
win. It's time to win. Accept your trophy.
anyways, I'm not friends with Brock still, but Adam, he's a good one.
Because of that, right?
Well, yeah,
You're
for him
disappointed.
to
We judge people together.
Yeah.
That's me and Adam's relationship.
for him to call you on your birthday is cool. Like I wish I was a little better about that. I'm really bad with birthdays, and I'm also bad about I think reaching out to people.
Here's
Like
a
that.
good hack. It's a simple one. Calendar. Do you use your calendar?
What's that?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only reason. I don't know. I just called one of my buddies Austin on his birthday, and I think he actually thought that I knew it was his birthday. I didn't, but you.
The act of doing all that is what means something.
Well, exactly.
Put it in your calendar. And
You
call
put in
them.
your calendar, and then he appreciated that
Anybody
call.
can
We
do
had
that, but most people don't. I don't.
You should.
I should.
It fucking they love it.
Yeah.
For the people you give a fuck
People
about.
eat that shit up.
Yeah. What were you saying though? about the energy of when you guys greet people, I think is what we were talking about.
I think
yeah.
We do a good job of making people feel comfortable. That's what we want.
You get some shops where like they don't even greet you when you walk in.
Nobody
They
says
talk
They
to
just
you.
look at you.
You may sit down for 40
That kinda
minutes
thing.
and
They're going to take
realize
care of
maybe
their
not.
guys that they know first.
Mhm.
You feel like an outsider when you walk in, you know?
Yeah.
I think we do our best, and, you know, Jordan sets the tone being up front, and if he ignores them, then it comes to me, and I try to do something, and then it's on Dakota now. I was trying to say,
Never gets that far,
Yeah,
but
they don't get too
No,
far.
no.
So why are you all the way in the back, bro?
Well,
I was all the way in the back at first.
Well, honestly, it's because when I first got there, everyone had a station, and I was the one open. And now, like, I'm used to that station, so I don't really want to.
no, you don't want to. Once you get used to a station as a barber, I mean,
Yeah,
You don't
like,
switch.
that's your spot. Yeah.
I get that.
You
I
know,
would if anyone ever was like, "Oh, you need to sit on that side," I'd be like, "No, this is my fucking podcast. I'm sitting on this side."
Yeah.
Right.
'cause I know when you
I get
walk
that.
in there, you're thinking like, Phil, you're the best. You should be up front, right? Like, but
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
So I hate to do this, y'all, but I'm gonna have to cut early.
Are you leaving?
Yeah, I gotta go, cause wifey, kids.
What's that?
Right.
Yeah,
Some children to raise.
yeah. I told her I wouldn't be gone too long, and I'm already at 2 hours, so I'm gonna get home so I can help her put them to bed and all that.
I
That's
respect
actually
it.
my favorite part of the night.
I respect it.
Toodaloo.
But yeah, man. Happy birthday, bro.
Thank you, Flight.
I appreciate you.
Thank you for
having
being
us.
here. And if
Yeah.
you're in Austin, Texas, and you need a barber, Austin
Bearded
Bearded
Barber,
Barber.
before you go, Flight, I just want to address a text of mine that was never responded to by anybody.
what was it?
What was that?
Saturday lunch
Oh,
instead of
Instead of
breakfast.
when is
So
this?
that Jordan and Dakota
2
don't have an
weeks from now.
excuse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got to
true.
see what I'm doing, but
We're all gonna eat lunch after work. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be long. We could go chill for 30 minutes. Get
yeah,
lunch.
yeah, just
But we're all gonna eat lunch. It's after a 5-hour shift, right? Like we
Yeah.
all are gonna eat lunch, guaranteed. So
Go
like,
eat lunch
Yeah.
with your coworkers.
we just go to
These
the-
are they're not even your coworkers. These are like your brothers. This is your non-blood family right here.
yeah, and I feel that I
spend
just
37
gotta
hours a week together.
I gotta
Yeah.
check with wifey and make sure I don't have
Yeah.
anything.
Maybe he
planned.
doesn't want to show up
Well,
because
just
you
don't
spend
bring a lunch.
37 hours a week together.
Don't bring a lunch. So you gotta tell her, I gotta go get lunch real quick after work, and then I'll be home. She doesn't have to know it's with us.
Nah, she'll know it's fine. I don't have to hide it.
But yeah, we can just go to the little Guatemalan spot, or there's a couple places right around. Just go get some
I'm
food.
down. I'll let y'all know if it changes, but I'm down.
All right.
All right, y'all.
Because I know we're not getting them out of bed to get breakfast.
Yeah, it's not
It's just
happening.
not happening.
But y'all are
I live
missing
the
out.
closest to it. I'm like,
That
bro.
place is buzzing now.
All right, y'all.
Can you sneak
Later
out?
flight.
Damn, I'm like fucking.
Should we
sweating.
have Coda scooch over there so that everybody can get a mic
Watch
on?
out for those.
Yeah, let's do that.
AFC
Watch out for
like-
that cord.
Yeah. All right. Got my bag up.
Catch you
Later,
on
see you.
Tuesday.
Take it easy.
Thank you again, brother. Have a good night. Drive safe.
Yeah, y'all too, and happy birthday again. Bro.
Tap someone on the way home.
I enjoyed this. Though. This
Yeah.
was legit.
If you do anything crazy on the road, take a video for us.
Definitely. And do what David said and just drive
your head
up,
out
roll
and
the
put
window
it
down, and just stare at them.
Spit.
And then spit.
And spit at them.
See ya. Sorry, Jordan. I wasn't trying to tickle my leg hair sitting next to you like that.
Oh, it's okay. I liked it.
Now,
She didn't say anything about
put,
it.
put that mic right up to your face.
I liked it.
Good. You want me
For
to
the
move that
emphasis.
chair, or are you guys okay?
Now that he's gone. Nah, I think we'll make it work.
Oh, I got you.
There we go. There we
Nice.
go. Good volume for the rest of the sode.
Appreciate
All
it.
right, I got a question for everybody. We'll go around. What's something coming up in your life that you're really excited about?
Ooh.
What are you excited about? What's coming up? I got an easy one, that's why I ask it. But what are you guys excited about?
I am excited to visit my mom's new house in Ohio coming
Yeah.
up. I don't know. She said Thanksgiving, but we might try to swing something quicker. We'll see. But she moved with her husband like a couple months ago from Texas. They were doing like a whole long distance thing, and they have a cool house in like downtown Columbus, like right in the city. It's old too. It used to be like an infirmary or some shit, and then it had like a bunch of remodels, but it's pretty cool. I'm excited to see that.
Very nice, yeah.
And meet her new dog. She also just got a new dog, a little puppy.
Has Has that been tough on you with her moving away?
Honestly, no. I'm happy to have my own space now, and like I moved in with my girlfriend. That's been nice.
Scoot in a little bit, brother.
And is your dad still out here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's in the Lake Travis area, so I'll visit him like every other week or so. It's been good.
Very nice.
But honestly, it doesn't like we talk, we FaceTime, like we text. I mean, it doesn't really feel like it sucks to not have her here, so I can see her more frequently. But I mean, it doesn't bug me too much. I know I make the time to come out, and also we just went to Puerto Rico for the wedding, and that was a blast. So I feel like I got some time with her, so I'm good for now. But it's been good. Yeah.
How about you, David?
I'm excited to see where this podcast goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, think about last year, like, it didn't exist. And we've had some really good episodes on. I like to think that there's, 50% of them are super fun, laid back, just people kicking it.
And then there's the stuff like mine.
And then there's the stuff like yours. Yeah. But, to someone's question earlier, I think maybe it was yours. I don't remember, but I'm really waiting for, I'm most excited for when someone,
Got him.
we're just breaking him down a little. He's got the headphones on now. He's smoking.
Not the peer pressure.
We are bad influences.
Where's the code?
I'm not mad at it.
But yeah, it's two things. I got a message from someone a couple weeks ago, and she found me on LinkedIn, and she sent me a really kind message that said something to the effect of, I found your podcast. I binged through like the first 8 episodes in 3 days or whatever. And she's like, I damn near spit out my coffee on my computer laughing with you guys at one point. And I was also like ugly crying at other episodes, just hearing people's stories that, were similar to mine. And, it's like you actually feel like you're leaving something behind now. And I was even thinking about like, if I was to, not only is it changing people's lives, like the stories that some of the guests tell, but, if something, God forbid, was to happen to me, with my family, there's like 60 hours out there of stuff that they could now go remember me by. Or like my mom, she hasn't watched a single episode, but like if I was to walk outside today and get hit by a bus, you better believe like she'd probably, watch all those episodes within a couple of days.
Oh, yeah.
So beforehand, it just like when I think about I was thinking about this today when I was thinking just like getting ready and getting the mic set up and whatnot, of just like, it just feels good to know like you're leaving something behind and that you're, just like you're leaving something behind. So I'm just waiting for more of those emails from people.
Yeah. And you're in the dog days of it right now. You're just starting out. You're at the point where it's kind of a grind, and there's not necessarily probably going to be money in it for a little while. It's out there. It's possible for you. I think that you do a good job. But anything you do when you first start out, you got to grind for a while. But I think it's cool for me to see that it doesn't seem like it's monotonous for you. Doesn't seem like it's tough for you to do. It feels like you're really enjoying it. And I'm glad. I'm happy to see that. And I think that's the type of energy when you have that, and you got that passion for what you're doing, that it will take off for you.
Definitely.
Yeah. Even episodes like this, like, I don't know if a lot of people have felt that experience of, I know that this is exactly why I was put on this planet to be doing. And I feel like that even right now, like even just hanging out with you guys, having a really fun conversation, like this is just where I'm supposed to be, what I'm supposed to be doing. And that kind of fulfillment, like, gives you purpose to wake up the next morning. So even if nothing else, if someone just, resonates with that and they're like, you know what, I'm doing this job, it's just 8 to 5, it's sort of boring or whatever, but like, I want to find that for myself. So I'm going to go do my first bodybuilding competition. I'm going to go see a counselor and talk about this thing that's been on my mind or whatever the fuck it is. I just hope that people do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because then it's not work. This never feels like work. From the editing, the posting on social media is sort of annoying. I don't necessarily like doing that.
Have you noticed it's been beneficial to you?
Yeah, it's the only way that I know of to grow the audience,
Content goes a long way, so.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen, like from your Instagram page, it's looking good, man. I would just keep it up.
That's what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
For sure.
So yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to see where it goes. If I keep getting those emails every now and then, I don't even give a fuck about the money. If this podcast never made a penny, but every couple of weeks or every couple months or even daily, I got this message that was just.
I guess we talked about this a little bit when I was on solo about what your goals were, but has that changed at all for you? What you want to do with this? Where you want to see this go?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to reach millions of people, but not for the monetary reasons. Like we just had a bodybuilder on that started working out because a love interest of his when he was 15 years old told him he was too skinny.
Ooh.
His
Yeah.
episode just dropped this morning. It just went live today.
I saw a clip of that on Instagram, I'm pretty sure.
Dude, he's so articulate and knowledgeable, and just where his mindset is around self-image and working out and how far he's come in the 5 years since she's made that comment. And then he went out and won first place in a bodybuilding competition and is just incredibly like passionate about Generation Z and the suicide rate amongst Generation Z right now. Mm-hmm. Like if his story might reach someone who's in the same spot he was, and maybe they were thinking about doing something unhealthy with their life, taking their own life, and instead they might hear his episode and think, maybe before I do that, I'll go to the gym and maybe I'll try to find something I'm passionate about. So I hope I just hope it reaches everyone, because we don't know who that kid is that needs to hear Jackson's story specifically. We have no idea who that person is, what state they're in, how old they are, what they're going through. Mm-hmm. But I believe, more than I believed in anything in my life, that there's a kid who will hear that episode and it will change their life.
That kind of stuff reaches people, man. Like, especially, and the fact that you're doing it, like, not for monetary reasons, like, purely passion. I feel like money will tend to follow when your heart's really in it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it's good that you get to, like, connect with all these people and, like, put their story on a pedestal and kind of, like, they get to talk about their own experience. Because, yeah, like you said, you never know who it reaches, and that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And, you never know who needs to hear that at that specific moment. It could be they're just, like, scrolling through Instagram and you're like, oh, shit, like, that really resonated with me. And then, they go down this whole rabbit hole of whatever it was that resonated with them. So
yep.
I think that's pretty cool.
How about you, Jordan?
Yes. Jordan, what are you excited about?
Well, I feel like I already know what you're going to say. And then you talking about taking a trip to see your mom. I feel like I don't necessarily I'm kind of nervous about the whole situation with, being able to go do all that stuff that you're about to talk about. Otherwise, I would say that.
What do you mean nervous?
Like not knowing if I'm going to be able to or not. But what I was going to say that also kind of ties into the question that I gave you earlier, that just talking about being able to have someone that has changed or impacted your life without them knowing. I feel like I definitely have been enjoying getting back into the gym routine and getting back into that kind of like self-care routine of focusing on what makes you healthy, happy, being able to get some sort of positive, release from any type of emotion that you feel. And I was like super, almost borderline obsessed with the gym before we got locked down. And I was on just a crazy, consistent routine. I feel like it also kind of had a little bit of a negative impact on my friendships and family, because that's all I was focused on was the gym, going to barber school, graduating. And I feel like, a lot of my friends would be, oh, let's go out and do this and do that. And I'm like, well, I can't stay out late because I'm going to the gym tomorrow and I want to be able to perform well. And I can't go out because I got to get a couple meals in, and I'm not in an environment where I can sit there and just pull out a Tupperware container and be eating my meal and whatever, feeling like I can enjoy that. So I feel like getting back into that routine now, I've definitely been enjoying it. I've been feeling a lot better, and can feel myself getting that fire and that spark again to be able to just stay consistent with it. And I felt like I was mentally, physically, spiritually kind of in my best place whenever I was doing that and in that routine. And I have noticed a huge difference in the way that I feel on a day-to-day basis not being in that routine again. For, the time that I've took off from, stopping. Yeah. And I just feel like I was always kind of my best version of myself whenever I was in that routine, and starting to kind of get that feeling back again and been enjoying that. But it also kind of ties into the question of, has someone impacted your life that they don't know they impacted your life and you've never told them or mentioned anything about it? And I remember specifically when I was going to the gym, there was this guy who was there consistently and putting in very good work. And he has both of his legs amputated from about the mid-thigh down and has, prosthetics. But he walks around with the crutches, if you will. But, dude, that guy was in there all the time. Every time I was in the gym, he was in the gym. I mean, he wasn't just going in there hitting one exercise and leaving. Like, he had a consistent routine he was following. And I just remember a lot of times where there were days where I think we all feel this, where you don't want to go to work, you don't want to go to the gym, and you do it anyways. But I remember there were days where I was thinking, I'm not really feeling it today. I'm tired. I would rather just stay at home and chill. But I would go in there and I'd see this guy in there, and I was just thinking to myself, man, like, I have literally no excuse to not do this or not be here right now. This is exactly where I need to be. And that guy's not making any type of excuse for himself having a physical disability. So if he can do it, I can do it. There's no reason for me to bitch out and just stay home, And I feel like he definitely has impacted my life in a way that I've never gone up and told him, like, hey, dude, like, you really kind of, like, make me feel like...
You still see him?
I actually do. Now that I've been going back to that same gym, I've seen him in there still. So he's been consistently putting in work.
To him if you said that, if you told him kind of what you told us, and you said, hey, dude, there's days where I don't want to be here and I think about you. Yeah. And you motivate me. I bet that would mean a lot to him.
Definitely. I feel like for me, it's more of a social anxiety thing of walking up and starting that conversation with him.
You're going to have a good feeling when you leave that conversation. Yeah. That's an awesome thing to be able to tell somebody.
Nah, for sure.
He's going to see you and he's going to say, like, yeah, I've seen you in here. Right. And I was going to say, if you didn't bring up working out, I was going to say that for you. I'm excited for that for you because I've already noticed in the last couple months especially, you've been putting some beef on.
Your arms look
Honestly,
bigger.
bro,
you look good.
Yeah.
You look great.
And we've been working out a little bit, but I know you've been putting in a lot more work outside of whatever we've done. Yeah. And, I'm happy that you're doing that too. It's a shame when you're in a spot in life where you're thinking about, I used to be, you're thinking about them old days like you miss them.
Yeah. I kind of just got to a point where I was like, man, I'm not happy with what I'm doing when I leave work, and I'd much rather, kind of find something again that's healthy and spend my time more productively.
It's okay to still have a drink with the boys sometimes. I just want to put it out there. Right. Have balance in life.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it has been something that I haven't necessarily been missing too much either. I do feel like for a while there I was going home a lot, and I would change and have a drink in my hand within not even 10 minutes of being home. And, it was to the point where I was enjoying it, but then I kind of got to the point where I was thinking, like, is this helping me or hindering me? And, like you said, there's definitely times where, like, it's nice to have one and you can, enjoy it and stuff like that. But when I'm enjoying it every single day or, multiple times a week, I just wasn't productive. I'm not about to have a drink and then go to the gym. Or, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure we've all maybe been there before, but yeah, I feel a lot better, and I definitely feel like I've always left the gym feeling like I've never wasted time. Like I feel like it's just one of those things where it's like even if you have a bad workout, you still fucking went.
Still worked out.
You still got it in, like,
bro,
and that's what matters.
It's crazy, especially, like, I just find, like, the fact that y'all be going to the gym after work, like, cutting all those people and standing up all day and then working out, like, that is crazy. And, like, I want to do the same thing. Like,
Come with us. Get a gold
Me too.
membership. Come with us.
I
$30.
just got a 24-hour bro. It's not even 24 hours. Let me not.
24
Get
hours.
the gold
That shit
membership.
pisses me off.
I was
It's
gonna
not
say,
even
the
24
24 hour
hours.
doesn't even stay open
Bro,
24
it's-
hours
yeah.
around here.
That shit does
bullshit.
piss me off.
I know you
but
make pretty good money now. You can get yourself a $30 gold membership.
I
Come with
can.
us once or twice a week. Work out. I love that. I really enjoy working out with Jordan. We've been doing that for years now.
Yeah, that's badass. But like I said, especially I'm like, y'all back don't hurt, but I know it does.
It does, but you know what makes it feel better? Working that shit out.
low key. I remember I had like the Planet Fitness membership, and they have like the hydro chair or whatever the hell it's called. But I would like do that before the workout because like obviously my back was all tense and stuff, and then like I would sit there, relax for a couple minutes, and then get back to it, and then go to it again. That shit was like amazing. That's the only reason why I got that membership because it has like the little massage chair. But
You should come. It would be awesome if you could come work out with us, man. It's a lot of fun.
I should, yeah.
Jordan, why did you first start getting into working out?
I think it was kind of one of those
Just text
things,
him,
man,
Mariah.
where I
Do you need to text Mariah?
no, it's all good.
Are you sure? We can wait for a second.
So I feel like for me personally, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got into it for the wrong reasons initially. I think I was just trying to like look better.
A lot of people do.
And I can be honest saying that I think a lot of people look at themselves and they have a negative self-image, whatever type of body composition you have. And I think a lot of people want to do something to look a certain type of way and this and that. But I feel like what I realized with the gym was more than just going in there to try to look good. That's just a result of you putting in work consistently. I think if you're doing that, it's not going to be sustainable for a long time. I feel like you have to have more of a reason that is deeper than that and has like something that you get from it that's not a what's the word for it? Kind of more of a self-pretentious approach to it,
Self-absorbed.
Yeah.
I think the true, or at least where I'm at right now with it, the true gain of going to the gym is the power of saying you're gonna do something and doing it when it's tough. And there's a lot of days where you don't want to do it, but I said I was gonna work out today. I'm fucking working out. And at the end of it, yeah, you get the gains too. You get the muscle, and that's awesome. That's what other people see. But what you get is the mental health that comes with knowing you can trust yourself and knowing that you've gotten so much stronger over this time.
Yeah.
I heard someone say something recently too. It was Jackson. I'll give credit to good old Scruggs. He was saying that when you're constantly failing in the gym, if you go until you literally can't do one more squat, one more bench press, whatever it is, that when the bigger failures come in real life, that you can cope with them so much better, and you don't spiral down into this dark place where you just shut down because you're used to seeing failure on a daily basis. So not only are you getting the dopamine hit from like, I went to the gym, I did something that was really hard, but you're also like, if you're used to failing, then when the true failures come, you're just so much more tenacious.
Yeah.
You're just a fucking beast at that point. And so you don't just stop operating because you messed up on a client's hair or in your relationship with your lady or whatever the fucking thing is.
I feel like one thing that I heard too was callousing your mind. And I think that was from David Goggins. I don't know if you guys have heard of him, but
Yeah.
Who's that?
right. Who's that savage? But yeah, man.
Who's gonna carry the boats?
Right. You get the ones on your hands from lifting, but I feel like being able to callous your mind into a routine or staying consistent with something, I feel like it's something that takes a lot longer than the physical ones that you get, right? It's not something that you just get from a month of going to the gym or 6 months. Like, then you got to be in there for a while before you get to the point where, it doesn't matter what you have going on in your life. You're like, oh, I know I'm going to do this. I know I'm going to stay consistent with it. That could be anything, and not even just being in the gym, but callousing your mind in a way of, consistently telling yourself, fighting those intrusive thoughts and those thoughts of like, oh, I just want to kind of give in to the easy way out, and I'd rather do this because it doesn't require as much hardship. Taking the harder. What's that phrase where it's like you got to take the road less traveled, right? That's always the one that's just a lot more gratifying in the end. And working hard for something, If you just get everything handed to you in life, is never going to be gratifying. But you work hard for something, no matter what that is, and you know, you definitely get a lot more satisfaction out of that, and that's what's going to really like stick with you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's well said.
There's gonna come times in life that are hard, that you can't anticipate, and those that have conditioned themselves mentally and physically are gonna make it through those times a lot easier than those who haven't. In the day, life is survival of the fittest still, so you gotta take care of yourself.
Most definitely.
Hell yeah! So I'm looking forward to my wedding and my bachelor party coming up this week. I'm only working one day this week. I don't know if you guys know that.
When's the wedding?
9/1.
9/1. We're getting close, baby.
Getting close.
9/1.
That's so fun, man. You're going to Cancun, right?
Hell yeah!
Damn. What do you have planned?
A lot of sports.
Really?
Yeah, because most of the guys that are going are dudes I grew up with, and that's what we did every day. Ride our bikes around the neighborhood, collect people. Hey, we're playing football at the park. We're playing baseball at the park.
Hell
Playing.
yeah. Sports in
Get 'em.
Cancun, bro.
People don't do that shit anymore. Kids don't do that shit. I noticed that with my nephews. You don't ride your bike around the neighborhood and go see kids and make friends. Like, they don't do that.
That shit's sad. I was like just at the cutoff of like experiencing that, and then like not iPad kids. That was a little later. But
How old are you?
I'm 21.
21.
21.
Hell yeah.
I heard a new 21 Savage song. Yeah. It's a whole new generation right now that my nephews are a part of that I'm getting to see, that is like meeting new people, like going out on your own to hang out in the neighborhood. Doesn't happen. You don't go to the park and play.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's funny because even you were not making fun of me, but that time I got bit on, the ants got on my foot, and and I got all those scabs. And you're like, do you ever go outside? I was like, dude, like, when I was growing up, internet didn't exist. I'm so happy I grew up pre all of this because we lived outdoors. It was so much fucking fun.
We're part of this generation that saw both sides of technology, really, like before it exploded and after.
Yep.
Got to live a little bit growing up. No cell phones, nothing.
How old are you?
29.
29.
So
So you were, I'm 36, so 7, so you're 95?
94, yeah.
94. Oh, yeah, so when you were like 6, 7, 8 and a teenager, all this stuff was starting to... How old were you when you got your first phone? Do you remember?
Freshman year of high school, so 14.
14-ish.
Nokia brick phone with Snake on it.
With Snake. Oh, yeah. I love Snake. I would play Snake today. I might try to download that tonight.
Bro, I was a beast on that thing. T9 texting. Back when you had to hit the button 3 times to get C, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was a beast on that thing. I didn't have to look at it. But I was so bad at texting girls back in the day.
What do you mean?
So maybe, perhaps, potentially, I
had
take
negative
you out
riz.
on a date?
Like, you mean like if you got a girl's number, you just wouldn't text her at all because you were scared?
No. I would just over text, really. I would like want to talk about that. And I don't know that I probably wasn't that great in person. So I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Just looking back, I was like, didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I don't know.
Did anyone? Jordan, when you were pre-20s, do you ever felt like you knew what you were doing?
As far as girls?
Anything.
Anything?
Sure, let's go, girls.
Well, I feel like...
let's go. Let's stay on dating for a second. Did you
like,
ever felt like, I'm 100% confident in how I'm about to approach this woman?
I mean, if I went back and read my text messages now of what I was talking about back then, I'd be like, who the fuck is this guy? But I think that's kind of the mentality you have when you're younger, is like, oh, I got to figure it out. I know everything. You can't tell me shit. And then you kind of get older, you get humbled, and you kind of look at yourself from an objective standpoint, and you kind of realize, like, I don't have shit figured out. And then you realize, too, that, people 40, 50 don't have their shit figured out either. And it's kind of one of those things where I don't think there's truly, like, a point in life where you're like, yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing, where I'm going. You could be, like, in a situation where you're like, I know what I want to do and what I am doing now. But no one's truly got everything figured out, right?
I do.
Absolutely not.
Besides Phil.
Dakota, what about you? You're 21. How are you feeling like right now today if you were to approach someone? Would you feel confident?
Dakota's taken.
I am taken.
You're taken?
I am taken.
Oh, that's
but
nice. All right, how about in the past then?
Like would I feel? You said would I feel confident? Like
did you feel
someone?
when you were like before you were taken? Did you ever feel like extreme confidence in how you were texting or calling or hitting on people? Or
I mean, yes and no. Like you have to have some sort of, well, I don't know. For me, like I want to have some sort of like confidence when I'm approaching someone in general, so that, well, I don't know, because it leaves a good impression, but also, I'm blinking, man. I don't know.
What I think what I realized as I got older is this like, just talk to him in person. I try to do way too much over text.
Yeah.
Where I think a real relationship is made in person.
Mm-hmm. Like if I found someone I was attracted to, and I was like, you know, I want to shoot my shot. Like, you just have to do it with full confidence. I mean, you know, if they don't like you, then whatever. But at least you tried, you know.
Have you ever, I don't know what's the way to put this. Have you ever potatoed in front of a girl?
What does that mean? Where you just like,
you just like
get all awkward?
Yeah, like stage fright, like deer in the headlights.
No, I feel like, and fortunately, no, because that would be so awkward. But I mean, you can get like, I got like flustered, but like not like, oh, like I don't know what to say at this moment. Like that would be super awkward. Just to like, you can just stop talking. You're just like, you know, I've seen that with guys too, where they're just like, and you're just like, you have?
Yeah, it happened to me once when I was like sophomore maybe at a football game. Like we had already played, but you stick around and you watch the other games. So then after the game, all the guys on the team, you know, you go to the concession stand and you go try to hit on the other team's girls. I guess I wasn't into girls till I was like a senior. Like I found them attractive, but my mind was on other shit. So I really didn't care. I wasn't trying to go talk to the other team's girls.
Yeah.
But I remember we were like at the concession stand, and then we're all just like talking shit or whatever, talking and hanging around. And there's these two girls from the other school, and some of the guys from the team were like, "Yo, Phil, they're like looking at you. Go talk to them." And I just kind of brushed it off, or whatever. And then they like called him over, and they're like fucking threw me to him, and I was just like, I didn't say anything, and the girl was like, "Are you okay?" Swear to God, she said that.
Damn.
Swear to God.
That's so
She's like, "Are you
awkward.
okay?" And I just fucking turned around and walked back to the fucking stands.
Damn.
You didn't say a single
Nah,
word?
dude, swear to God. Didn't say a
Hey,
thing.
well, you know what? Your words can't be held against you because you didn't say anything.
I didn't say shit.
I mean,
I just wasn't interested, though, at the time. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't have any goals. Like, I wasn't trying to go fuck these girls. I didn't want to talk to them, really.
yeah, I mean, that's fair.
It wasn't
Like,
part of my life plan at the time.
yeah. I just feel like my approach, like, I guess when I was single was like, you know, if I feel like I want to talk to you, I'm going to talk to you like a normal person. I feel like if you try to idealize this person or whoever and put them on a pedestal, like, oh, they're too good for me, then you start getting in your own head, and it's like, no, they're a regular person. Like, you just have to carry yourself well and confident, like, and that's just the way to do it. I mean,
Yo,
that's
I
how I got
hate,
snatched up.
hate to do this to you guys, but I gotta do a flight.
You're
game,
outta
man.
here.
Damn, you
I
too?
got to, man. I'm sorry.
Did you have fun?
Oh, dude, this has been incredible. This is a great podcast. Definitely been looking forward to this too. Ever since you mentioned it, was it like 2-3 weeks ago? Just
Something
about
like that, yeah.
But yeah, man, I gotta drop off my girl. She's gotta get up at 5 in the morning to go work and stuff.
Drop
man.
her off?
She's been
Where's she?
I gave her my car while we were doing this to go and kind of get some food. She said she was doing some studying and
She's bringing us food?
right.
Well, why don't we bring her
About
in?
that.
We got a fifth chair. Why don't you bring
Yeah,
her
we
in?
Right,
can
right,
flight
right.
gone, you know, we can, yeah, it's all good.
got an extra
another one.
spot.
Especially if she's got like some pizza or some wings with her. Or something.
Right. That's what I'm
Great.
hoping she's got right now.
Yeah.
But nah, she's been flexible, you know. So
Stay consistent
She
in the
working
gym.
with you? No, I'm just kidding.
right.
Hey, that's cool.
What
though.
were you saying?
I respect
Stay in the gym.
Yeah, that's the plan. And I definitely think anyone that is listening should find that thing that makes them feel good and like we were saying, gives them I wouldn't say I necessarily get a sense of purpose from going to the gym. I'm not trying to turn it into like a career necessarily, but I do feel like just find something that you feel like passionate about, and whatever that looks like, and pursue it. Don't let people tell you not to do it, and yeah.
Hell yeah.
Bye.
You're like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Sayonara.
What was the thing you said to flight?
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo, motherfucker.
Thank you for coming over, brother. It was a
Dude,
real
yes.
good time.
Thank you, man,
yeah.
for sure.
Well, I'm not moving.
Chilling.
You should take his mic though, because you're quiet.
You should take this mic. We'll catch you on Tuesday. Dakota.
Oh, my bad. Later, bro.
I'll see you in the shop on the 16th, I think.
Yeah, man.
All right, Jordan, be well.
Thank you for having me on.
If you ever want to lift,
Later, G.
I go to Gold's.
Let's get a
I
workout
can
in.
show you some things.
Let's get a workout in.
Let's do it.
I'm all about it.
Let's get it.
Okay, let's try to not knock over David's podcast stuff.
It's expensive.
Oh. All right, guys.
You want to bring your water with you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's water. I'm not like asking you to bring whiskey on the road. You know,
Definitely not.
It's just H2O, brother.
That's
Wait,
deaf.
H2O is air.
No, it's just water.
Oh, it is water.
O2 is air.
Okay, there
Hey,
we go.
you know he passed chemistry.
This guy.
Later, bro. And we back. The last two standing, Phil.
Oh, they're gone.
They're gone.
Can I double up?
That one's muted
Like
now.
it's on sale.
Now we can hear you. Hmm.
That's
good. That's good.
Good. Yeah. The bachelor party's coming up. Yeah, playing sports. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play sports. Wiffle ball. My buddy bought a wiffle ball set.
I've never heard of that.
Wiffle ball?
Never heard of
You've
wiffle
never
ball.
heard the
That's
term,
what I'm talking about.
the
These
word
new
wiffle
generation
ball?
of kids. They don't go outside, dude.
They
Oh,
don't.
man.
He doesn't know what wiffle ball is.
That's
Okay,
crazy.
I'm
Man,
not
I'd be
familiar.
I'd
No,
be
I'm not
drinking if
familiar.
I was you.
I'm just like,
Like I'm double fisting over here, and this guy doesn't even know what wiffle ball is.
damn, my fault, bro.
baseball.
baby, what
It's
can I
like
say?
a plastic version of baseball, basically.
Oh,
So you can hit that thing and it's not gonna fucking kill somebody.
okay.
So like we can
Heard.
play it on the beach safely. You know what I mean?
Damn, it's just like a baseball light,
Like
you know, something
baseball,
like that
diet
for
baseball,
kids.
Baseball.
Sugar-free
diet
baseball.
baseball. yeah.
Sugar-free baseball.
All the
Man.
fun stuff about baseball.
What do you
take
do
it
for
out.
fun if you're not working out at the barbershop or sleeping?
I
does
am
Dakota do?
I am a damn. I like to play guitar. I like to make art.
Yeah.
I like. To
I never heard
draw.
any of your music. I showed you one of my songs. I never heard any of your music.
Do you write your own stuff?
I don't. I'm not like. I'm not. I don't produce music or anything. I'm more just like if I hear a song I want to play it. I want to learn it. Like recently, I learned "Drive" by Incubus. I really like that song. That's a pretty good one. I started playing guitar when I was in middle school, and that was because I heard Nirvana, and I was like, I want to play that shit. That sounds fucking awesome. And then it kind of just went up from there. So, but yeah, guitar. I like to draw here and there, paint here and there. I've always like been an artist kind of my whole life, so that's kind of how I got into like this field, I guess. You know, being a barber. I was originally doing graphic design too in high school, and when I left high school, I was gonna do ACC, like doing user experience design, which is like coding, graphic design mix. But I used to do like just like graphic design stuff for like myself. Like I'd make like posters and shit. Like I don't know, just random shit. But like I found it fun. But yeah,
What comes easier to you as a barber, the hair cutting or the dealing with people?
dealing with people, I would well both. I mean, you need a good mix of both.
But like, what would you say is what are you better at naturally?
Definitely connecting with people. I can talk to anybody, I think, which has been really helpful in building clientele and everything. But
Yeah, you're good at that. And but sometimes I'll notice you'll use some slang, some new slang
like
that
what?
I know some of the older clients don't know, and it always makes me laugh.
Like what?
But like with context, I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Here's one, and I actually meant to ask him about this, but whatever we were talking about, I didn't want to disrupt the flow of what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
But Jordan earlier said to, I think he said to Flight, he was like, "That's real sus,"
Yeah.
and I have no idea what the fuck that meant. Even being here in the conversation, I was sitting in my chair trying to think of like, all right, Flight said that, Phil said that, Dakota said that,
I know
and
what
then
the conversation
Jordan's
was.
follow up was sus. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. I don't.
Sus is like
It's a weird-
questionable. Like
questionably
usually,
gay.
yeah. Like people usually say like, oh, like that's sus, like that's gay. But I don't like saying that.
But
'cause
I think
just
that's where
don't-
sus came from, because you're
That
not
is-
supposed to say that's gay anymore, so now people just say that's sus.
Yeah, I'm not
It's
a
the
fan of.
replacement.
Suspect.
Yeah,
it
I'm not a
stands for
fan of it.
suspect,
It's
because
just
that's
like, eh.
suspect is what it means.
That's easy. Now I
But
know.
because the convo was about the video where the guy goes, "I'm gonna beat your dick into the ground," and he's trying to sound tough, and the guy's like, "You're gonna beat my dick? That's kind of gay."
Right, that is a little suspect, because if I actually wanted to beat your dick into the ground, I
like-
probably wouldn't say that to you.
Yeah,
Right.
you probably just
Like
do
that
it
turns me on. Like, come on, bro. Beat my dick into the ground, brother. Let's go.
for real.
You're like, right here.
All right,
Like
so
in
that
front of
makes a lot
everybody?
of sense.
So,
Yeah.
but I'll just notice you'll be having your conversation with your client. It's an older guy, and you'll say a slang. I'm like, I know he does not. know
Yeah.
that.
What's one he said this week?
I'm
Shit.
trying to.
What's
think.
one? Do
It'll-
you know one?
Damn.
Yeah, you
I'm just
said-
like every time I'm on the spot, I'm like, oh no, I don't remember. I'm trying to think. I mean, I feel like everybody be saying lit, bro. Like lit, like what else? No,
You know
that's
one
basic.
I
That's
you know one
basic.
I don't like is Riz.
Oh, I don't use that, bro. That's
don't
like
even know how to
past
put it-
me a little bit. That's
I
a
love
little
it
past
because
me.
it's so terrible.
It is pretty bad.
I
I got the Riz.
I think I gravitate towards the really shitty slang. Like I like to say bussin'.
Bussin'?
Yeah.
Bussin'.
Because I think it's so stupid that I love
Is
it.
that like when you just have so many people interested in you, you need a bus to get them around?
It's when you have.
No, bro. That was
It's
a very
not.
creative take on it, but no. It's like it's so good you could bust. You know what I'm saying? Like
Bussin'.
Bust?
bust
With the
bust.
T.
But
when you
just
say the
leave off
word,
the T.
Yeah.
yeah, but when you say the words bussin', like it's bussin'. Like
It's
it's
kind
that
of for like
good.
food mostly. If it's like if you eat it really good, you're like, damn, this is bussin'.
So you
Like
thought the
that's
trail
good.
mix was bus?
Yeah. No, not bus. It's bussin'.
Bussin'.
These
think of
terms
someone
are
else.
so dumb.
I love it.
Bus,
They are.
sus, riz. Like, what are we doing?
I always use these terms ironically until I use it so much that it's just part of my vocab.
Yeah.
When you're shampooing my fake hair, I'm going to tell you it's sus.
No,
No, not sus. No.
Say it's
bus.
bussin'.
this is
Bussin'.
bussin'.
Dude,
This shampoo
dude,
is
that'd be so-
bussin'.
Hot towel is bussin',
that'd be
bro.
amazing if you said that.
See that's the right context. Like I feel like you got it there.
That'd be hilarious. First of all, the people that are waiting, the people waiting are gonna be like, "Why is this guy getting his hair washed right now?" And then you just chime in like, "Dude, this is bussin'."
They let out like a subtle moan like in between. They're like, no, not even that. That's worse. But I feel like whenever I find something funny, like I'll say like, oh, like I'm dead, and I feel like people.
Oh,
don't
you
understand
say that? That's one thing I've heard you say before. I'm like, they don't know what that means.
Yeah,
They're probably like,
probably,
dead.
they're like, I'm dead. Like,
Dead?
no, you're right here.
You're cutting
bro.
my hair, dude.
Yeah, exactly. That's definitely one. Like I'll be like, oh, you got me dead from that, or you got me dead. Like I don't know, like or you got me fucked up. Like I feel like that's a pretty self-explanatory one, right? Like oh, I don't know.
Here's
Is
another
that
one.
self-explanatory? I feel like you got
Which
me
one?
fucked
Which
up.
one?
You got me fucked up.
That's
like,
one. That one's pretty self-explanatory.
I was gonna say like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really saying that to my clients. That like, oh, you got me fucked up. Like I
Is he
wouldn't be
saying that to
saying
his
that.
clients?
No.
You got me.
No. There was this, man, the other day, like I had said something like, oh, that's fucked or something like that while I was fading somebody, but it was about something like Flight had said. I was like, oh, that's fucked up. And like the guy looked at me like, what? And I was like, oh, not your haircut, bro. I was just responding to like something Flight said, and I was like, yeah, you probably shouldn't say something like, oh, like that's like, oh, fuck, or like make it sound like you just fucked up someone's
Fuck 'em.
haircut. Yeah, like I don't know. I don't want to say that.
How do we feel about bet?
That I say it.
I say it a lot, and it's like not even like intentional at this point. It's just kind of
guys.
like
I'm sad.
that is it is infiltrated
Yeah.
my vocabulary.
Remember the first
Sure.
kid I remember hearing saying it back in grade school.
In grade school,
Yeah.
I just heard it for the first time like right before I moved here.
Now this kid that was degenerate, big troublemaker. type dude,
Degenerate.
hung out with the wrong crowd.
The way he says it, I'm just like, damn.
That's one you don't hear much anymore. But I sure as fuck know what it means.
I grew up with a lot of degenerates, dude. A lot
Mm.
of degenerates in the northern part of Illinois.
Damn.
A lot of good friends. But no, this kid in particular, I just remember him saying it and like had no clue what it meant back in the day, but you kind of just over the years you hear it and you're kind of like, okay, so that's how you use it.
Mm-hmm.
It's never something I actually Googled. It was just something that took enough times of hearing it to understand the context to know how to use it.
Yeah.
And then you start saying it, usually ironically at first, like I was saying, but then it just becomes part of your vocab.
Mm-hmm. That like slaps or smacks. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
People don't know what that means.
Oh, shit slaps.
Like that slaps. Like if the music's good. My friend from Cali, she was like, you need to know the difference between smacks and slaps because they're two different things. Smacks is for food when food is good. Like, oh, that smacks. But for music, it's like, oh, that slaps. You have to know the difference. She was like, you cannot fuck this shit up. Like, it pisses me off so much. Like, I was like, why? She was like, no, because you're using it wrong. And I was like, I didn't know.
Very
Like,
California
I'm
of her.
Yeah, right. Very true. But I was like, man, how am I supposed to know?
One of my buddies, he's watched on YouTube every single episode, and he says one of his favorite things about the podcast is that most people we've never met. So like you two, all four of you were unique in the sense of like we've had 5, 6, 7, even like you and me. Like I think you and I have talked the least amongst the barbers, but like
Probably.
you've seen me, you know who I am, so you have some context. But most people, like of the guests, we haven't even had a phone call together. We've exchanged a few messages, and that's about it. And he says almost every single time I let out one of my laughs for the first time, they always do like a.
Damn, like I've never come up for him.
I've never noticed that.
Wasn't that funny?
But yeah, he's just like, your laugh is so loud and boisterous, like it takes them aback for a second, and then they're just like, all right, this guy just likes to laugh.
I mean, that's a great quality to have. I definitely wouldn't be.
Oh, I love it. That was like the highest compliment he could have paid me. I was like, that's great.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's
Like the
not a bad
Joker
thing to have.
in that
Yeah.
movie with Joaquin Phoenix when he's like laughing and on like the subway or something,
You're
and
like-
everyone's like,
Everyone's like, whoa, I didn't expect that.
"You see that movie?"
Yes, but I don't know what scene you're referencing.
He just starts laughing like a madman and he can't stop.
Is
But
that
he's
what you
actually
think of
like
me?
sad. He's actually
you
like
think
sad.
of me as
Now, just like I'm saying, I don't know. I was fucking around.
Like when someone be looking at your laugh, like, did that just come from that guy? You know, like whoa, or like you wouldn't expect that. I'm not. You don't have that. You don't have a laugh that like
If you
strikes me as like,
capture-
oh, that laugh doesn't belong to you. You know what I mean? How some people's laugh don't match their face or like their. I mean, I don't know. That's just.
If you kept your laugh going for an extra like 30 seconds, I would be concerned.
Yeah. Like, that's a little force there.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Like, this guy might not be sane.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, whoa.
That's not real.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to do that to someone. No, I don't. I don't. Not on the podcast, anyways.
Make
You're
someone
like, whoa,
crazy
bro, your
awkward.
laugh fucking is weird. Like, imagine telling someone that to their face. That'd be messed up.
I did have one person. Was it you who I was telling you this? This feels like deja vu in like a weird way. I went on one date with someone who told me that he didn't want to have a second date specifically because of my laugh.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Damn.
His name was Forrest. I remember it was like because of the apartment that I was living in. This was probably in 2016, and yeah, he straight up said, he was like, your laugh was annoying as fuck. And I was like, I'm glad we got that out of the way early. Like,
That's a guy that has his own insecurities that's trying to
Yeah, why
make you
would
feel
you-
bad.
That's awful.
That's
Damn,
like, because
bro.
even if that was true, if that was a real reason, you don't need to say that to make you feel bad about it. So
Right.
The reason he would say that to you is him projecting some insecurity.
Definitely, because it's like, dude, what the fuck is your problem?
You could just say,
I'm
hey, you
having
know, I
fun.
didn't like the vibe, you know, I'm going to
having
go.
fun. Like, you made me
I'm
laugh.
sorry you enjoyed I enjoyed your company so much.
Yeah, it's-
my bad, bro.
Yeah, it's like, what? You can relax, but
But
okay.
That type of thing, like, I feel like once you can learn to see through those type of statements from people, it, like, makes it really easy to just be like, cool, like, move on.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Man, that's
Bye, Forrest.
tough. Yeah, fuck you, Forrest.
Bye, Forrest.
Bye, Forrest.
Toodaloo.
Exactly.
Sayonara.
Just
That's
like,
fucking Step Brothers reference, I'm pretty sure.
That's so funny.
That quote.
I feel like all your movie references go over my head, and I feel like my age because of that. I'm just like, oof.
What quote? The Toodaloo or something
No,
else?
just like
Yeah,
like
well,
movie
the-
references. I'm like, I'm just clueless.
I only,
you watch
I only
any
reference a
movies?
few movies.
I watch movies, but not. I like. There's definitely some where people are like, you haven't watched that still, and I'm like, yeah. I don't know.
My bad.
Yeah. I'm like,
Not
"Oh."
everyone can be watching 3 movies on a Friday night.
I'm
Oh,
terrible.
not me.
Like some people
Like,
you might
yeah.
know.
For real.
I'm terrible with my movie references. I just know like 4 or 5 movies really well that I will quote to the deepest line of the movie.
What are they? Step Brothers is one. I'm
Step
guessing.
Brothers, Austin Powers, Gold Member, Benchwarmers, The Comebacks. There's probably a couple more in there. Elf.
Hell yeah.
I guess all the Austin Powers you can put in there.
What's your quote from Elf that you use?
What's a good Elf quote? You got so many good ones. The toilets are ginormous, or sometimes if you just like it's ginormous, you know. Like I feel like this stems from my friend group that I grew up with that we still talk every day through this group text, and like we've all seen these movies so many times that we will, I guess, reference movies in a way that you wouldn't really know that you're even referencing a movie unless you're part of the group, because it'll just maybe be 1 or 2 words.
Sure, yeah.
For the normal person I know, like when I say Toodaloo, yeah, I'm referencing that movie, but in the moment, none of y'all would ever know that I was referencing a movie when I said that,
It's
right?
still
Like,
fucking
Bro,
funny.
I
but it's
thought-
funny, but
I was gonna say, I thought you were referencing that one interviewer, that really goofy interviewer. What is his name? Nardwar.
Hardwire.
He says
I know
that.
who you're talking about.
He says that at the end. He's like, toodaloo. And then, or it's like, I think it continues it.
Let me see if I can pull up the clip that I was
goofy.
referencing.
Well, it's so funny too because it almost comes off as like a fuck you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like,
exactly. That's what
bye.
I love
Which is
about
why
it.
It's so
It's like, bye,
great.
motherfucker. Like, it's
Bye,
just funny.
Felicia.
Literally. That is how it comes off. It's like, damn, all right, bye.
Do you know the Bye Felicia reference?
Oh, yeah.
Me and my friends, we use that so much growing up with like store clerks or random, like that was our fuck you. You know, if someone offended us, it's just like, bye, Felicia, and we'd walk away. And oh man,
Yeah. I miss when that was like that had just came out, like that meme just came out, and everyone was like using
when
it.
you were 2.
No, bro. I was like in like middle school. That's so weird. Like, that's so weird. I don't know. It's weird because for you, you're probably, I don't know what age you were at the time when that came out, but I was like still in grade school, and I'm like, oof.
I don't. So me and my friends saw it when we were in our late teens. I don't know when the movie came out, but when I was like 18, 19, 20, there is a meme. Well, there probably wasn't even fucking memes because, there wasn't even memes yet when I was 18. But someone brought it up, and we all thought it was fucking funny, and then we all started using it, and it, yeah.
First of all, a world without memes. Damn.
There was a world without me. I
I
turned
can
out
believe that.
okay.
Oh no, I'm sure. No, definitely,
You know?
definitely. I get that impression.
I mean, I love memes though. Memes.
Yeah. Well, okay. The Bye Felicia that I know was from Vine. Like someone, I don't know, some lady being like, "Bye Felicia." I don't know. some
It
shit
wasn't
like
the
that.
movie.
It probably wasn't.
I
the
can't even
movie.
tell you what the name of the movie was. I just know it was from a movie, not a Vine.
Yeah.
Vines?
Bro, Vine.
What happened to Vines? Those were great. I guess that's sort of
They-
TikTok now.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. It's definitely TikTok part 2, but Vine was the shit. I remember how like, just how much it blew up and how many like mini celebrities, micro celebrities came from that and are still like popular and all that kind of stuff. And I still follow them to this day. I'm like, wow.
I cannot find
really
it.
did some shit.
So I've messaged the boys in the group chat, asked them what's it from. We'll see if anybody can get back to me with the exact scene.
Toodaloo.
Yeah, I know it's from a movie, and I'm almost positive it's Step Brothers. He's just like Toodaloo, sayonara. Like, oh fuck you, like.
I'm gonna start saying that to candidates this week that have bad interviews.
Like something I love about my job is I get to be myself. And people come back to you for being yourself.
Mm-hmm.
People like you individually as a barber. That's why they come back to you.
Yeah. That is very special about the job. I do like that.
And there's not this expectation. I don't think. Well, some people might have it, and if they do, then they're just not my client. That you would be like a totally business professional. Like you're not supposed to have any personality. Like if that's what you're expecting, you're in the wrong shop. If you come to Bearded Barber.
Honestly. I've even had Flight ask me a couple times. He's like, bro, did you know him before he walked in? Or like, were you friends with your client before? And I was like, no. We just be
You're just vibing.
vibing.
Yeah,
I love
I
that.
love that, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I can connect with anybody. It doesn't matter who you are, whatever. I can kind of level with anyone, which is nice because everyone has something to offer. You know, that's just how I view it. But yeah, I just love talking to random people that I don't know, and then like figuring out like little things about their life, which I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Or like, I don't know, you get to just like pick their brain for however long their appointment time is. It's like that was fun.
So here's a question for you, because I feel like I know what the answer is going to be. And you might prove me wrong. How many clients do you have that are accountants? Because I bet the number is 0 or low.
Honestly, pretty low
I can't
in my
think of
experience.
anybody off the top of my head that I know for sure is an accountant.
Yeah, exactly. You just can't fucking around with them.
I don't.
They
know.
Because my
Accountants go to great clips, dude. Come on. Accountants don't pay extra money for haircuts.
You're right.
They
It's
don't
like-
pay extra money for haircuts.
Yeah,
They probably buy a pair of clippers and they break it down to, if I cut my hair 35 times with these clippers, they'll pay for themselves. So it's about 12 cents per use.
no, literally
Then
though.
you got to factor in depreciation on
Yeah.
those clippers, and
It
Will.
gets crazy, but we see a lot of like I do like real estate agents, like
Yeah.
medical professionals.
podcasters.
Yeah, podcasters.
A lot of podcasters.
A lot of those. No,
Really?
No, I'm just
Oh,
like-
introduce
Nah.
me to a few of them. Need to know more podcasters.
I think I don't know. A lot of like tech people in tech for sure. But yeah.
You get all
Remote
types.
jobs.
You get all types in the barbershop.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. Keeps it interesting.
Keeps you balanced as a person. You get to hear all different opinions and viewpoints. And I feel like in a world where everything is becoming you got to pick one side or another, especially if you're on your phone a lot, they're going to they're gonna blast shit to you on your phone screen about you should think this way, you should think that way. Being a barber allows you to see people for who they really are and make your own decisions about things that are going on because you hear a little bit of everything in your chair.
So here's a question for the two of you. What is something that a client told you that took you aback?
Oh God.
Client told me that he was like bringing in.
Where even you were just like, whoa.
Oh, I have one.
But yeah,
not,
go.
Not in our shop though, but I don't know if this counts because I wasn't cutting them, but I was a receptionist at another shop. And
It
I heard
counts.
some- heard some
It
wild
counts.
shit. There was this guy who admitted to being in the KKK, and
I like I said, admitted.
no, I mean he fully just didn't
Why
give a
is this
shit.
funny to me?
I like he said,
That's
admitted.
terrible.
Because to him, he wasn't admitting. He was exclaiming.
Yeah,
right?
exclaiming. Yes, no, literally, it
admitted
was
is the better
bad.
word.
It was bad, bro. It was bad. And like my
he-
coworker was like so uncomfortable. You could tell she was like, "I'm terrified of this guy."
She like accidentally fucks up his cut just so he never comes back.
Homie
She's
was
like,
bald, like, but he came for a head shave and like a face shave. I don't know. Anyways, he was saying the most like, just like crude stuff too, like, just stuff that I'm like, you say that in public, period. Like, you should definitely keep that to yourself. It was kind of
Thank
disgusting.
God we don't get that in the shop.
Yeah, it was kind
And
of gross.
if we do, I'll just tell them to leave.
And he was just like so nonchalant and loud about it. I was like, how are you proud of that? But also, I'm not surprised that you're proud of that. So,
right.
you know, that took me back. I've heard stuff where I can be like, oh, right on. Like, it's not the weirdest shit I've ever heard, but, you know, just play along with it.
Client told me, this wasn't that long ago, the client told me they would like his wife wanted to bring another girl into the relationship. And I was like, cool.
This was a guy.
Hey, I mean,
So
works for
going
you.
back to your point earlier, you don't get like the whole open thing.
I don't.
Me neither. Whoever I want, he's mine. Like, and I'm his. And that's it.
good show.
But I think any solid relationship comes down to just communicating and being on the same page with each other. And if that's where y'all come to and that's what works for you, then
Yeah.
hell yeah.
I feel like I've definitely seen the open and polyamorous thing more in like the LGBT community for sure.
Definitely.
I'd agree with that.
Which
This
is,
dude was straight though.
Oh, fair. Maybe it was the wife. She was like,
Maybe
I'm
that's
bored
why
of
it took
I'm
me
bored
off
of
guard
you.
more.
The wife was like, I'm bored. Like, if I sit
Yeah.
in, I don't know.
What else have people said?
There's this one guy who I asked him. Let me get my thoughts here for a second. I think I just asked him, you know, what are you looking for in your next job? And he went on this like 16-minute tangent, and 90% of it had nothing to do with why he's looking for a new job. And at one point he was like, so yeah, and then I met this lady and she was awesome, so we decided to get engaged, but unfortunately her father was Jewish, and so he wanted me to be Jewish as well, and I wasn't, but he got cancer and died, so that problem solved itself, and we got married, and we're like in the super happy relationship now, thank God. And I was just like, bro, you're in a job interview right now. Like,
Homie just dropped like,
So you hired him
bro.
yeah, no,
on the spot. You're like, you're hired.
you're
buddy.
hired.
Love
like-
this
You,
story.
you speak your mind, and we like that around here.
I don't even know if oversharing is the word. That was just like a
That's
bomb.
big
Like,
oversharing.
Whoa.
Oversharing is such a red flag.
Especially in a job interview, I feel like maybe in the
God.
barbershop it's more normalized, but at a job interview, bro, it's like you need to stick to the questions and roll with that.
One of the best, this was in like the middle of COVID when all the interviews were happening on Zoom, and my team was still in the office, and my buddy, he messaged me and he was like, come over to my desk, but don't get in front of my camera and just watch the screen. And so I walk over and he asks this question and she answers it. And if I'm her, as soon as she's done answering the question, she sort of moves off screen and you see this puff of smoke come across the screen.
Like,
And then he just point blanks asks her, he's like, are you smoking on this interview? And she goes, oh, no, man, that's my fog machine.
wow, because everyone just has a fog machine in their room.
And what's crazy
Like
is
what?
like, I mean, we've been smoking this entire podcast. If you smoke, I don't give a fuck. But like, this is a 30-minute interview. You can't wait 30 minutes 30 minutes without a cigarette, weed, a cigar, whatever the fuck it was she was smoking, because we don't know. But I know this. It wasn't a fog machine.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, wow. She couldn't have said like, "Oh, my diffuser," or like, you know, my humidifier. Like,
I think
what
you'd
the
have
fuck?
that thought of ahead of time if you're gonna do that on an interview. Like,
Yeah.
what am I gonna?
What am I going to blame
my
this
excuse,
on?
yeah.
My house is on fire.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Can we reschedule this?
I saw this great prank video
Wild.
a while back where this dude was doing online interviews, Zoom call interviews, as he was going through a drive-thru and ordering food, and it was like he's totally wasting their time. So part of me is like, maybe it's not the best prank, but it's also hilarious because he's doing a legit interview. They're serious. He's not serious because he doesn't give a fuck. He's just doing it for the views, for the prank. But they're serious. They think he's a serious job candidate, and he's going through a drive-thru ordering food, and he's really trying. And every time she calls him out on it, he's like blatantly lies straight to the. He's like, no, I'm not in the drive-thru, and then he'll look over and be like, yeah, I'll take ketchup too, please. And then he'll go back to the interview, and she's like, I saw you just order that. And he's like, no, I'm just hanging out in my car. Anyways,
Like, how do people like do that kind of shit? And then people are like, oh, like, you know, that was legit. Like, what? Like, bro.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I mean, that shit is funny.
Did I use it right?
I think
It
so.
was sus. No, it wasn't sus. You did not use it right.
It was sus in
Fuck.
different contexts, but
Was it Riz?
oh no, absolutely
No,
not.
Was
absolutely
it
not.
Bet?
No. Over 3.
Was it bet?
Was it bet?
It was a bet.
The
He did it on a
context
bet.
in which you just use that leads me to believe you'll never use that word properly.
I'm fine with that. I'm so cool with that.
You're
I'm
so
like-
sus with that, dude. So
For
sus
show.
with that bet.
Oh, another word, sauce. Did you just say that?
Sauce?
Sauce. The
Sauce?
like saucy. Like that's
Like if
cool.
it's something's hot?
No, like it's got the sauce. Like it's got that extra like swag, which is it's got the sauce. Like I don't know. Like I'm trying to think like
You give somebody a great haircut, you sauced them up. They
or
got the
I'll
sauce
say,
now.
Or I'll say like it's crispy. Like that looks crispy.
Oh, yeah.
I like to say that.
I
It
know
sounds
that one.
better.
I don't use it, but I've heard it a few times.
Um,
If you got that crispy sauce, ooh.
you got that split. No, you didn't
Whoa.
even say that
If
You
one.
got
got
that-
the split.
If you got that crispy sus.
Crispy
I don't know how.
sauce.
That sauce must be rotten, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie to you. That shit oxidized for real.
No, one that we'll use in the shop sometimes is the split.
What?
The split.
You gotta find the video for that.
Yeah, it's a video you gotta see.
Let me see if I can find it real quick.
SPLEH.
Yep.
Yeah. It's that split.
And you guys use this in the store, the shop.
Ironically, but then it came, like I said, it came to a point where you just say it now.
Split.
I'll hear them talking to a client about what they want, and if they're sometimes they'll be like, "Man, just make it look good" or something like that, and I'll be like, "Yeah, give them that split." And the client will be
They don't.
like, "The fuck does that mean?" The split, but I'm saying hook them up. But I say it just to make them laugh because I know the client doesn't know what the fuck it means, and it's kind of like
And it's
awkward in this situation to
it's
say
this
that. They're
one.
like the split.
They were like, hey, Brandon, what you got on? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. It's that split. It's that split right there.
Exactly. Give them that split.
That's that split.
That's that split. You gotta do that. You know, kind of
He didn't
brings
do
it out. Yeah, he did.
But
That's just how I
helps.
imagine it in my head. You know,
Helps.
that split. You know.
I like the mushrooms on your shirt.
Thank you, man. You know how to represent the psychonaut community.
There you go. It's a big community
like
here in
that.
Austin.
Oh yeah.
I think more people have done shrooms than have not done shrooms.
I feel like
Yeah.
everyone should if they are mentally stable enough to do so. I would not if you are off the hinges a little bit. But
I'm no doctor.
every
fucking
time I've
do
done
'em.
it, it's been
Do
nice.
it.
Yeah, I guess you know, viewers' discretion advised, but I would recommend it.
I
I'm
don't
gonna-
know what I'm talking
Have you ever
about.
done it?
Do it.
No.
Really?
Really?
But that's also...
That's a podcast right there.
Oh, I'm going to do it. I already have one guest. I'm not going to say who, but we got a post-episode workout in because it came up. And I've had like 7 people now, all off mic, who have... We've ended the episode, and then something would have come up, and they're like, so, you've never done this. Can I interest you? And the
Hell
more
yeah.
I hear and the more I study and the more I learn, I'm like, you know what?
You gotta do it.
I think-
I want to do this. I'm
Yeah.
going to do it.
What's the scenario
fun.
that you want to do it in?
Well, probably the only thing holding me back at this point is I've heard from a couple of people that there should be someone, like, especially for your first time, there should be like someone there with you to make sure you don't accidentally, run into the streets naked shouting.
You're not gonna do that. The only reason it's not a bad idea, and the only reason is just for you to feel better about it. Not that I think you would ever actually use them. It's just like kind of a mental like security blanket to know like, okay, this person's here just in case for your first time. Like people don't do shrooms and go fucking run out in the road. And
That's some bath salt shit.
yeah,
right
you
there.
did some. Yeah, you did
To be
something
right.
else if you're doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shrooms, you're still gonna be pretty there. If you did a shit ton,
You got
you
it.
might be looking around kind of crazy, but you're still gonna be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely start with a lower dose, just as an intro.
Well,
But
it depends what
it's
you
fun.
want. If you want to trip balls for your first time, it's not a bad thing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it would be a bad experience for you just based on, your kind of like general energy. I think that you'd have a pretty positive experience, especially if you just surround yourself with the right people and be somewhere you're comfortable.
I think that's just what it is I don't know who the right people are.
Yeah,
People that you're comfortable around. Anybody.
All right, so the
Anybody-
four of you are coming back over.
I'm down.
I'm down.
I'll do it.
I'm honestly down.
It's been a minute since I tripped, so I'd be down to do that.
Hell yeah.
I'm in a pretty good place mentally right now, so I'd be happy to do that.
I feel like I'm in the best place I've mentally been in for the first time in my life. So
Hell yeah, dude. That's the best way to do it. I mean, setting, you want to have a great mindset and a good place to do it. You don't want to be somewhere not familiar, and you want to feel secure where you're at for sure.
Being right here with the green belt out there is awesome too. Like, you could probably sit out on your patio and look at trees, and you're gonna look at them like you've never seen them before.
Yeah, that is the truth.
I like that.
hmm One time I was tripping at my dad's old apartment, and I looked down. He's like on the second or third floor, and like I looked down, and like I was tripping pretty hard, but I saw like the plants like growing out of the ground, like in sync at the same time. It was wild, bro. I was like, how am I hallucinating this? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I remember
That was
sitting
pretty
on my
cool.
patio in my first apartment and looking at this tree that I looked at every single day. But this time when I looked at it, it was like, it just seemed so alive to me.
Mhm,
It really
like
felt
the-
alive, the way it was moving. And yeah, you just see that, you're, like mesmerized by it. It's beautiful. And then it really makes you just feel like one with the earth.
It's very grounding, as long as you don't have a bad trip, which
Yeah,
That's
do you have a
pretty- that's
bad
pretty
trip? I think
manageable.
is like thrown out there so much that and it scares people. But I really think that comes from people being in a bad place mentally. But
it'll bring it.
even so, it's like, yeah, exactly. It brings it out. And so just because it was a bad trip doesn't mean it was a bad thing, because generally that means there's something you got to address, and that trip's going to bring it out of you.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's like if
That's all it
you're-
is. A
Mhm.
bad trip, in my opinion. I'm no expert, but in my opinion, a bad trip is there's something you got to deal with that you're not dealing with.
Yeah. And like it might suck in the moment to have to realize like, oh shit,
Yeah.
this is very overwhelming at the moment. But once you get to unpack that when you're not tripping, like it's like, oh, okay, I should probably pay attention and resolve this internally, because obviously there's something that is bubbling to the surface that needs to be dealt
You
with.
can unpack it well, you trip too. In my experience,
Yeah.
I had one.
Yeah.
I had a trip where the first half was a little bit rough, and I started unpacking some shit that I didn't realize I was holding on to until then. And then afterwards, I felt so good. And that's the trip where I sat out on my patio and looked at that tree, and it felt so good.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like I remember just feeling like the oneness of everything, how he said, and I was like, I feel like I'm in the universe. Like I am the universe. Like,
You're
and
part
like,
of it.
I mean, we are all part of it, and like it just kind of really makes it super evident in that moment. Like you are just one with everything.
Yeah.
It sounds really cliche, but that's really how it
It's
feels.
so easy these
I don't
days
know.
to get caught up and just feel like nobody. Just feel like you're alone. I think like our phones are really doing that to us, like driving us apart and making you feel like you're outside looking in, because we're always doing that. We're always looking at the screen, but like those shrooms will kind of take you back and realize literally what makes you and me, molecules, it's the same shit that makes everything in this room and anything in this universe. It's just put together a certain way that it makes us. You really are a part of the universe, and yeah, you feel that when you're tripping.
Yeah, it's a beautiful experience. I've literally cried tears of joy because I just was like, wow, this is like profound, and it's like, you can experience that in different ways, but it's just
All that to say, I'd love to be
Nice.
part of that podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
I don't know about a podcast, but I'd
Oh, it
be
should
happy
be a
to have you.
podcast.
Oh boy.
That'd be the
It doesn't
one
have to be
that'll set your
released,
page up.
man. If it's not,
Well, that's a
it's
good
not-
point. Yeah, this thing isn't a live show.
And if
so-
anything crazy happens, at least it'll all be on video.
With that being said, we have 55 seconds until I reach my recording max. So let's wrap this fucking thing up,
Hell yeah.
guys. This has been a great episode.
For
Thank you so
sure.
much for
Thank
coming
you.
over.
Bussin'.
Phil, thank you for coming.
Busted.
It was lit.
It was lit.
No cap.